Yo, 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 yo. Friday night. This is episode 5 of Collector versus Operator. Broken Eye's 5th show in a row. So welcome to the stream, everybody. We appreciate you. Broke, what's happening, bro?
Oh, man, just another week. So
Yeah,
nothing too crazy, honestly. Just been
yeah,
busy,
yeah.
busy.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, this week went by fast. I got so much shit to do. And I can't get it done. I'm all over the place, bro. I got to create a schedule or something, dude. I'm trying to do 10 things at one time.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good, bro. The ADHD is kicking in.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
How's the first week of unemployment going?
It's like, so I'm saying I'm pulled in so many different directions. I need to like write down a list. Me and Michelle did that last night. So we'll see if I can start checking them off. I got so many things to do, man. It's
I'm sure it'd
crazy.
be great for the business and the content.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. The content thing. Yeah, that's the thing, right? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do about the content. I
Start
changed,
take
huh?
Start taking Adderall. That seems to be the
Yeah,
play.
dude.
Start taking that Adderall and you're good. You just come up with all kinds of ideas. You'll be at
Yeah.
Walmart. You'll be like inspired.
Everything will be clean in the house. You can freaking eat off the floor. So what's up, everybody? Yeah, it's collector versus operator. Everybody's in the stream. What's up, Stu? What's up, Whack? I saw a couple people in here. Poke Pablo's in the house. What's up, bro? We got 4 people up in here. We'll give it a few minutes to at least get a dime piece up in here before we get going. At least we got to get 10, dude. At least,
I'm
man.
sure they'll pick up.
Yeah.
I'll send it out to my Discord.
There's a bunch of lives going on. I went on YouTube before we started, and yeah, Henry's got one going on with somebody. DJ's got Joey in there, so there's a few other ones going on right now. But
Yeah, and I'm sure what's his name? Krabby Cards. I think he's doing a weekly live podcast with Jordan Collects, I think is his
yeah,
name.
yeah, is that Fridays?
I think it is.
Yeah,
I can check to see if they're live. I know that.
dude, these guys better recognize, dude. This is our 5th week, bro. Y'all gotta, you know what I mean? I'm gonna have to freaking reach out. I have to reach out.
It's honestly, I mean, I don't blame people for doing it because there's not a lot going on, so
Yeah,
it helps kind of, you can get different people. Like I know Gator had on Strawberry Pokemon or Kyra.
yeah, yeah,
So, it's I think it kind of gets your brand out there, whether you're big or small,
yeah,
allows you to, mix back and forth, mingle with different people. So it is what it is.
yeah. Everybody's doing the lives. I like lives, dude. I love it. The one we did the other night with the pre-grading thing, 3/4 of the way into the live, it just turned into, us talking shit about stuff, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like getting all kind of emotion, a lot of emotions coming out, talking about different shit. And then I forget who it was in the live. They were like, "This is what I'm talking about." They were hyped. You could tell.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't give a shit about your pre-grade. This is what we want. The people spoke, dude. So yeah,
Yeah.
I love it, dude.
I think lives are awesome. I've told you this, I prefer them way more than I do
Yeah.
making content. Even if I'm only live to 8 people in
Yeah.
the middle of the night, that's okay. We
Yeah, it
still
don't
have
matter.
a good time. So
Yeah, that shit don't matter. So we got 10 up in here. We're gonna get into this thing, man. So I know the 30th is like, that's the big thing right now. But like when I see that, man, it's just like being on Henry's last night, he had to look it up, but Rayquaza's coming out before the 30th.
in
Correct?
Japanese. In Japanese.
So the actual
Not in
English.
English.
All right. So, well, is that kind of like, would you say it's, even though we're not getting it in English, is it still kind of, would you call it, how do I say that? Is it not almost legit, but is it kind of like a big deal the same way? I mean, Japanese coming out like before to you personally, is that,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a massive deal because we're going to be able to see here soon how many or what makes this Rayquaza set? You know, is it going to
Yeah.
have Rayquaza? Is you know what else is inside of it? Is it just Rayquaza or bust?
Mhm.
You know, there's a lot of I'm not even gonna say implications, but yeah, for sure. Like I think it's going to, depending on what happens with the 30th and what the rest of these cards look like in the 30th, I think it could make it where people just hold on to their money. I still think people are going to go crazy for the 30th anniversary, but if
Yeah.
they go balls to the wall with the Mega Rayquaza set or whatever is inside of Storm Emeralda or what we're
Mm.
getting,
Yeah.
it could shake some things up, or it could be a flop. People aren't excited for it. The mega card's not any good, or there's no SAR, SIR,
Mhm.
and it's people are kind of like, okay, we have the 30th, and then what? Or a Seeker that's coming out November in Japanese, and then I don't know, January, February,
That's
probably
the
more January for English. So there's a lot of things up in the air, but I'm
yeah.
very excited to see what
Sh
the rest of the 30th has in store
Yeah.
and what is in this mega Rayquaza set that everybody's been gooning over for the last damn near 2 years. So
I wonder how many, SIRs or IRs, like, I wonder how big the set is. I think will we know that once it comes out in Japanese, we'll have a better idea of that? Like,
we
oh,
should have a decent idea on what it's going to be. I'm gonna assume it's one for one, like it has been. I think
mhm,
Pokemon's doing that on purpose,
mhm,
whether it's smaller sets to be able to go back and reprint if they choose to go back and reprint, or just trying to get more product out there. So I'm not expecting it to be a massive set. I think that when we see it in Japanese, we'll have a general idea. But just look on PokeBeach. For some reason,
yeah,
PokeBeach always seems to have that information.
yeah,
So, but my gut instinct is telling me it's going to be around what we've been seeing. You know, Phantasmal Flame Wise or Chaos Rising, Pitch Black. It's probably going to have 4 Pokemon SIRs, two
mhm,
Trainer SIRs, and it's going to be relatively small-ish, but it'll still be
yeah,
cool. People are going to go crazy for it. The ETB
yeah,
is probably going to look awesome. The booster box is probably going to look pretty basic, but maybe the texting will look pretty cool as well. So it's going to be crazy. If Pitch Black caused Pokemon Center to crash, then this new set's going to the Rayquaza set and 30th will cause. I don't even know if people are going to be able to get their hands on it.
yeah, that I'm glad you said something about that, so I wanted to bring up something, and I need the chat to tell me whether they agree with me and, whether they think this is, you know, possible, but so I was talking to a few people, um, some people, and they were telling me that what's going on with the Pokemon Center drops is um, the bot protection is so fucking strong that it is kicking people that are trying to go manually because it's thinking they're a bot, and so they're trying to do their thing, right? They're trying to stop the bots, but it's actually it's stopping the people who are trying to go manually from getting product, which I don't know what chat thinks about that. I don't know what you think about that, but it does make sense, right? I mean, you're having to go super slow and count, the three when you get to the captcha and all that and get in there. It makes sense, right? I mean, you think that's possible, and what do you think about that?
Yeah, so I I don't know if I necessarily agree. I think that what happened with Pokemon Center though is that a ton of bots were getting through. I got in relatively quick and my queue time kept going up and up and up and up, which apparently, from the rumor mill means that bots are getting ahead of you. And I think what happened was so many bots were getting through and eating that it ramped up the bot system and it just started doing all kinds of crazy stuff on the back end. I know
Mhm.
people were getting error 20s, error 17s, error 13s. My wife was at home on the computer. She got an error 17
Mm.
and she took her time. She tried to do the guest checkout, nothing crazy. So I definitely think that unfortunately, I don't think you're ever going to fix bots. It seems like bots are always ahead of, you implement a new system, they already know a workaround for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just unfortunately I think that I do think though that a lot of the issue that people were having was because of the bot protection. I
Mhm.
don't know if it's because you're going too slow. I've heard it's because
Yeah,
you're going too fast. That will
yeah,
trigger the bots.
yeah.
Um, but I think what happened was again, it just the security just ramped up and it was just firing shots at everybody like left
Mhm.
and right. No sense at all. So I mean, I guess I could agree, but
Yeah,
I think it was just it was a shit show altogether.
yeah. So Wax asking if I scored. I did not, but my son did, so it's kinda like I did. This
There
is
you
so
go.
I didn't, so but I do have 2 coming. The
Does your son
ETBs.
not collect?
He stopped, man. Like,
Okay.
he's not really he just has so much shit going on with his work and all that, and he just kinda yeah, he's not really into collecting too much, but, um, yeah, so I have 2 of those. So I don't know if you did you get the text? I got the text,
Yeah, like
and,
30 minutes later.
yeah, for the booster boxes, though, not for PC
Oh,
ETB. So mine was
um,
for when I clicked on it, it sent me to the booster box, and I was able to put them in my cart, and then, and I think the site was cooked by that time at that point,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
I deleted it. I was sitting in queue
mhm,
watching Crazy. Shout out to Crazy. He was doing a
mhm,
live,
yeah,
and me and him were just hanging out. And I got a text like 30 minutes later, and it's like, da da da, pitch black. And I was like, no, I'm not
yeah,
worried about it. Like, I'm already. So, yeah, the whole texting system is, I don't know what they're doing. You would think nowadays it could be so fast. I understand they have millions of phone numbers that they need to contact to get that information out, but
yeah,
no, there's so many more viable options. I'm not even a big social media person.
mm,
I made a Twitter account to be able to get notifications. Of course, I got Whack in the Discord. He's
mhm,
always letting people know. Chew is another person in the Discord. He helps, and Ept always helps. So we typically have a general good idea. I also think here's another thing too. Going back to the whole pitch black drop, for some reason it seemed like everybody knew that Pitch Black was coming out that day. Tap,
yeah,
he sent out a message the night before, said Pitch Black is coming. I know on Twitter there were posts about Pitch Black coming. So I think also what we saw was the bots had time to get ready. They had, the IPs, they had the URLs that they needed, and then all these other people, they were just sitting waiting to get this drop. Where before, typically Pokemon, we have a general idea, but they don't always drop it on the days that we think they're going to drop it. So it can be surprising. So I think that's kind of where we saw a problem as well. But
yeah, I saw some, creators making, quite a few of them actually, different creators making videos about the drop and,
yeah,
how much but it's like, dude, um, I'd have 50 videos if I did that every time. It's just the same shit, you know what I mean? Nothing changed. It's been that same way, for a
I
long
mean,
time.
there's been good drops though. We
Yeah,
had the Ascended Heroes booster bundles. I made a video about that, celebrating it when it happened because they
mm,
were up. I don't know, for like 5 hours. It felt like I'm pretty sure it was like 4 or 5 hours they were up for, and the queue shut down. Black and white, we had the same thing. It was 5 hours where you could just pre-order the ETBs. So it's just it's a part. If you make that daily content, you're grabbing at straws. That's why I'm not a big proponent of daily content. I think it just waters down the content that you're making because you're just literally talking about any random thing that you can make a video about. Some people do a really good job. Other people just make absolute garbage talking about,
yeah.
restocks or Pokemon Center or stuff like that.
Well, you will have to, give me a what's the word I'm looking for? You'll have to tell me what you think of mine because I'm gonna be trying to get one out every day. One long form a day. I've been for about the past, I want to say week and a half or whatever, doing a live one day, doing a long form the next, a live and a long form then a
Mhm.
live. But I'm just gonna try to put a live out or a regular long form out every day going forward. So we'll see if I can come up with worthy content. That's the tough part, dude. Is coming up with something like you're saying. It just can't be about whatever. It's got to be something viable, like something with some freaking
I
content.
mean, to argue that you can. make content that's just garbage. A lot of
Yeah.
people do that, in my opinion, right? Which people
Yeah.
say, that my content's garbage. All I do is cry. So,
Yeah.
you know, just take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But for me, I don't when I make a video, I want it to be some way, shape, and form, informative to
Right.
somebody.
Right.
A lot of the time, I have these lives with my people, my 8 people that show up,
Yeah.
and we talk about it. We talk in the discords about it. So I just go think of myself. There's people that support me. They already know what's going on. We already talked about it. They already know my thoughts and feelings on it. Um, but you can. I've had people tell me, you just make a video. We just want to have you there every single day. But for me, I struggle with that concept, so I don't do that. But
Yeah.
I'm definitely interested to see your long form and wondering why you kind of switching it up. I think the lives are great. So I guess
Yeah.
maybe Henry got in your ear about that or something.
Well, I mean, even before Henry, I mean, obviously with the time on my hands now, um, it's there, and then for us as the business, just me getting out there to as many people as I can is going to help, and then it's part of the model, is to make as many people as I can reach the site, and
Okay,
so
gotcha.
that's really it. I mean, but with that being said, at the same time, I want to be making things that mean something, right? I just don't want to be like,
Yeah.
hey, check me out. That's not, you know what I mean? So yeah, that would be terrible. Um, so yeah, yeah, I'm gonna start doing it, man. I'm gonna see. I'm up. I was telling Henry last night. I guess I'm up for being monetized now, and
Nice.
I don't know what's going on with that. It says something about it's just waiting for some reason. I don't know. It says it could take up to a week or two or something, but I don't know. I don't really know.
Yeah, so if you never turned on memberships and you literally hit the 1,000 and the 4,000 watch hours,
Yeah,
um, it can take a couple days. They got to send you something in the mail with a code for your AdSense to be able to pay you.
yeah,
Then you got to wait for $100 to hit your account to be able to cash out of that. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. I
yeah.
mean, you'll get monetized and um,
Yeah, it's never gonna be something. I mean, it would be great, right? I mean, that's like that would be awesome to just to like be a content creator and be able to uh, pay the bills with the content, and then whatever the business does, just that would be awesome, right? That's kind of
yeah,
far fetched, but I don't know, dude. I've talked to my son and a couple other people, and they're like, dude, and I'm not tooting my own horn or patting myself on the back. I'm just saying they've said like you're doing big things for how new you are and where you're at. Like it's huge. So
yeah.
I'm not trying to let that get to my head or anything. I just stay focused and do what I'm doing. But they're like, no, you're doing good for where you're at. So I just keep doing it, man. Just keep doing it and see where it ends up.
Well, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, you are. Let me check. Your oldest video was 4 months ago. I know that
Mhm.
you said you were around 900. So you've essentially gained almost 900 subscribers in less than 4 months.
Yeah,
So you're doing great with with
yeah,
with content and getting subscribers, keeping subscribers. That's
yeah,
another thing too. Is it's hard to keep. Well, maybe it's not hard, but for me, it's hard to keep subscribers. I
mhm,
gain 10 subscribers, I lose 12. So
yeah, yeah,
just keep at it. I mean, we've talked about it, and I know Henry's talked to you about it, and he's in your corner, and he'll look at your videos and stuff like that. So
yeah.
just lean on those people. Obviously, they know what they're doing. So
Yeah. Yeah, I like it, man, but I was talking to him and telling him I don't want to be where I'm doing videos like some of these guys are doing them, and you can tell that they're like they're reaching. They're like, I never
yeah,
want to be have somebody watch one of my videos and see that, like, they say, oh, this guy's he's trying too hard or he's reaching. Um yeah.
Just
Yeah, don't. But anyway, I'm sorry, bro. But
no.
Michelle's like walking in here talking to me. I'm like trying to read what she's gave me a note, and I'm like, I can only do I can't multitask. But anyway, um, so yeah. Anyway, let's look at a couple of these other things because these things that got pulled up, dude. I was like, wow, dude.
Yeah,
But
let's do it.
so I don't know. Maybe chat can fill me in or let me know, or you two. I guess heavy hitters, Ascend to Heroes coming to Sam's Club in store July 21st.
In store and also online. Yes, sir.
Okay.
They whack in the Discord. Make sure you check out the Discord every now and then. Pack hype.
Yeah.
They did a they came out with like a bulletin board.
Yeah.
So 2 per customer. They're gonna put 2 on there. So online 714, in store 721. So
Okay.
according to
I'm,
whack.
I'm going on vacation. So,
Where
like
you
the mountains.
well,
We're going to the mountains that like Monday, and I think if that is that a Tuesday like it usually is. I think it's
yeah,
a Tuesday.
well, I'm not sure. Normally that's when they do their drops is on
Yeah.
Tuesday.
So
Let me
I,
see if
you
I can
know,
pull this up.
Michelle and I were talking, dude, and we're like, well, I guess we're gonna have to cut the vacation short. But
I mean, are you
it's
just wanting one, or are you wanting how many you like?
well, me
How,
and her, she goes with us, so that would be four. We'd be able to get four, and then
oh,
I would do, I would do what I was promising to do with the SPC for prismatic. I'd let them go for a decent price and not freaking jack them up. The extras I'd keep one and then let some go to some customers.
so do you have 2 memberships? Do you both have your own
Yeah,
memberships?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
She's got
okay,
her own. Yeah,
gotcha,
yeah, yeah,
gotcha.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
if you miss out online and in store, I can at least hook you up with one for your
Okay.
PC. I don't
All right. Cool. Yeah.
I don't care to do that.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, we talked about that, but we'll see. We'll see. But that's good news, right? I guess the SPCs are out. I'm guessing. I
that's
don't
what
think
it's
it's
what's looking like. Yeah.
yeah. That sucks. But so then another thing I wanted to touch on, man, and I think Crazy's asked a question. I'm gonna try to stay away from the questions until we get to a certain point because it'll knock me off track and I'll never be able to get back on. But I guess Crazy said, "What's this sealed versus single deal?" I'm not sure.
I think you
What
might be
Crazy
talking
said.
about your short that you did. Like, would
Oh
you
yeah, yeah.
rather? I don't
Oh
know
yeah,
though.
yeah. Maybe if it is Crazy, it's just like what where like what camp are you in as far as maybe because I have a video coming out tomorrow. Shameless plug, and it's about investing in singles versus sealed. So kind of that ties in with that. But so dude, digital rips, bro. I can't I can't believe we never talked about this shit. Like, what do you think about digital rips, dude?
Like in what aspect?
Like, all right, I don't know, just do you think it's a good thing for the hobby? Let's look at it like that. Do you think it's a good thing for the hobby?
I don't think any sort of mystery pack is good for the hobby. I
Mm,
understand that we're going through like a gambling epidemic. I understand that it's very addicting.
mm,
I get all that. Honestly, the people that partake in it, the likelihood of you getting good hits is very rare, and
yeah,
you're going to end up spending a lot of money. And what these companies are doing is they're getting a bunch of junk slabs, which is great for people that just want to send in junk to PSA to get it, or CGC or tag or whoever, and
mm,
they just want to be able to flip it and sell it. Um, but they're just doing an endless money cycle with you where you pay $50 for a pack, you get a $30 card, they offer you $25 for that card at 80%, and then you take it back and then you just keep going and going and going. I've watched Nostalgianomics do his digital rips that he's sponsored with,
mm,
and it's crazy the amount of money that I've seen spent. I saw one person spend. There was the Grail card was a PSA 10 Charizard EX, Mega Charizard EX from Phantasmal Flames.
Mm-hmm.
It was going at that time for, I believe, 3.2 to 3.5K. This person spent $6,000 on rips and didn't even get that card. So he could have bought 2 of those Charizard PSA 10s at that time and actually physically owned those cards. And I think the best card he ever got was 1,000 or 1,500 bucks. So it's I don't like the digital rips. I don't like mystery packs at all. I think it's dangerous for the hobby and for kids also. Um, you can get around all that if you want to.
Yeah. So the mystery packs I love, and the power packs, but that's only because I hit on them bitches. I've hit them in both of them. I've hit the mystery gems from Walmart. I think I
Mhm.
told you I pulled a pristine 10 Pikachu illustration contest winner card. The pristine
Yep.
10. Um, and then I pulled the Greninja promo from a power pack in a 9. But it was still a nice card, beautiful card, right? So all I gotta say about them ripper ships, bro, or the ripper ships, those digital ripper ships, go watch Anon's video that he just made about that shit, dude. Bro, that's all I gotta say. And then we'll come back to it next week and talk about it, dude. I mean, he blew my mind, bro. I'll give you a little bit, context of what he said, and then I'll let him, talk about it from his
Mhm.
video, so you guys can go watch him. So basically, he says that I don't know what percentage of time or whatever, but when you hit, let's just say half the time, if you hit, they don't even have the fucking card.
I believe it.
And when you go, when they go to, they tell you, oh, yo, by the way, we don't have that, so we're gonna cash you out at X amount percentage or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. So like I was just like, wow. So, but we're all grown men here, bro. Whatever you want to do with your money, that's on you, bro.
Yeah.
One of my old managers had a little saying in the car when we were in the car business, bro. He was like, his name was Troy, dude. I'll never forget it. He's like, there's an ass for every seat, George. That's what he used to tell me. There's an ass for every seat, right? So, if you guys are doing that, man, it's on you, bro. Just be careful and don't let it get the best of you. And I'm not, it's just not for me, dude. I would never do it, but I know there's a lot of money to be made in it, and but I can't, I just can't get with it, right? Like
Yeah.
I would never sell any product like that. I don't think I would even, yeah, I'm not with it, bro. So no matter what came my way or whatever, wherever we got to, if it came to me as even like a for me to pick,
Sponsorship.
yeah, no, I'm not with it, man. I'm not with
Yeah.
it. And that's really, it's coming from his video, dude. Like, because I didn't know that. I guess he was talking to somebody that knew a lot about it or was on the inside or whatever, and telling him it's a good video, man. It's a really good video. It blew my mind, bro. So it changed my. I didn't really have an opinion, more or less, on it, like until that video, and then when I saw that video, I was like, all right, yeah, I can't, I can't get behind that, dude. There's no way, dude. There ain't no way, bro.
I think it's great for all the people that are grading just junk.
Yeah,
They're able to take a $2 card, grade it as a 9 or a 10, or even an 8. And traditionally, PSA or CGC or eBay or any of these companies, they're not going to offer you anything for it. They want those
yeah,
higher grades, those higher values. Excuse me. Now with the rip or the digital slab packs and stuff like that, everybody's just consuming them. So the one thing I feel like though is I feel we're going to see a junk wax slab era where I don't know if you heard, but apparently PSA reported that when they made that announcement for the value and the value plus or whatever that they were shutting down,
mm,
they went from 10 million backlogged to 17 million backlogged. Now, again, with Rudy, whether that's true, whether that's not true, nobody really knows. But if you take into consideration maybe half of those, are Pokemon cards, bro, when they catch up, there is going to be so much garbage that is essentially almost damn near worthless. You probably can't even give it away. I know you were talking about
Yeah,
the Mega Charizard UPC where it was like 180 or something, and you couldn't get
mhm.
anybody to buy it.
Yeah,
Some of these
everyone's on it.
slabs, you might as well just throw them in your
Yeah,
closet, and they're just going to be worth like $5. It's not going to
yeah.
even cover the grading cost.
So the mystery gem packs that Michelle and I get, because we would go by Walmart or whatever, and there would be some on the shelf, and we would, if they were there, we'd grab two. Just like whatever, just rip them or whatever. And I had a decent amount of them, bro, and I auctioned them on eBay, and they were trash, dude. They were just like junk, like EX Suicunes or something, like just just
Yeah.
just junk shit. And they took off, bro. I started the auction at like $39 or something like that. And I'm gonna have to look it up and tell you what it went for, but it was crazy, dude. Like it
Yeah.
was just the bids kept coming in, and I think it ended up selling for like $100, bro. The slabs, and it wasn't a bunch of them, and they weren't shit, and it's like, so I got mine back. I got it back,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. No. Pokemon's enough of a gamble for me as far as opening up packs. When I
yeah,
get to open up packs,
yeah,
I'm not about to pick up a slab or mystery slabs or mystery packs to get wrecked and bent over. I know
yeah,
some people win, but when MJ Holding puts their mystery packs and they put a base set pack, who
yeah,
knows if they're even in there, you know?
yeah.
Um, but if
I've
there is, there's
opened
like
those
one out of a
two.
million.
I've opened those two where with the booster packs in them, and it's mostly just like I think it's there's one specific. I think it's like Paradox Rift or something. Is like if you got 10 of
Obsidian
them,
Flames.
yeah, dude. But I got a decent pack one time. I forgot if it was, I don't know if it was, I think I might have got Evolving Skies one time out of
Okay.
them, but I had opened up like 10 of them. But with the grading, the junk shit, would you consider this? So this is a good question. It kind of fits into this. And would you consider like the Cosmos Hollow Gengar from 151, the mini tins that came in,
Mhm.
Sam's Club? Would you consider that a junk slab? Because that freaking card in a 10, bro. I don't know. You probably look it up. It's worth a lot of money, dude. And I know it's because the gem rate is really low. It's really hard to get one, but I got a couple of them, bro, that look really good. But I'm not trying to hold up nobody's submissions. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But would you consider that in that same vein as a junk slab?
I would personally. I'm not a
Yeah,
huge fan of the Cosmos. I know, there's different swirls you can get. I'm sure, like I remember people were talking about there was like a fart swirl. Maybe it was on a Gengar or
yeah,
something
dude.
like that. Sure, I guess. I still think it's goofy. People have their right to collect whatever they want to,
Yeah,
but for me, I think that even though it's got a cool foil texture to it, foiling, I just think it's at the end of the day, it's
yeah.
just another foil card. It's just another. Uh, uh, yeah, I just
Like a
think,
promo, just a regular old promo. Yeah, I
yeah,
did a video acting like a clown, and it got thousands and thousands of views over the swirls and all that shit. Like talking about yeah, it was funny. I came walking in, acting like a clown with my hoodie on, and I was like, "Yo, did you know that this Pikachu promo is worth this amount in a 10 or whatever?" And it was all about that, dude. And people went ape shit over it, dude. A lot of people were clowning me and shitting on me, but it's all good. It got tons of views either way. It was pretty funny, dude. Yeah, I
sometimes
didn't.
that's all that matters.
Yeah, dude, I did one. I talked about it on the Henry's video last night, talking about going back to content. I did one, dude. I haven't checked it on Instagram. 'Cause I do when I do a short, I put it on Instagram too,
Hmm.
and they don't get very many views. But dude, I did a video when I first got started into making content. It's over 200,000 views. So
It's
the short,
crazy.
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, dude, it's insane. 1,000. I don't know if it's 1,000 likes or which if it's the comments or whatever, but it's insane, dude. It just I don't know what I did or what happened, and I basically I was new to making content. I didn't know shit, broke. I was like, I freaking had whatever chat said to do. Like I literally like read from a script almost.
Oh,
Like
really?
yeah, legit just did exactly what chat told me to do, and it was hilarious, bro. It was when Ascended came out. It was
Mm.
when Ascended first came out, and I had a PC ETB in one hand and a regular ETB in the other hand, and I was like, one of these is worth way more than the other because it's from the Pokemon Center, and I
Yeah.
got shit on so hard, bro. But who's laughing now, bitches? That thing's got 200,000 views. But dude, so yeah,
Hey, you gotta respect it. People do that stuff all the time, man.
I
All
know,
the
dude.
time.
I know, bro. But yeah. So all right, then I'm not gonna send my Cosmos Hollow then to PSA, bro.
Hey,
Because
people believe in them, man. Don't listen to
yeah.
me. I
I
think they're junk, but to each its own, right?
I
So there's
wonder
a
what the
market
sell
for them.
through. I wonder what the sell through rate is on that thing. I'm gonna have to check that. I've never really checked that, but I bet you it's probably high, being that the gym rate's really low. There's not a lot of them. There's probably some Gengar fans out there with a lot of money that would probably want one of those tens. But
Gengar always goes up. So if you got
yeah,
a Gengar, it's clean. You can get a 10 in it, especially Cosmo. There'll
yeah,
be somebody eventually that will buy it from you.
yeah. My Crown Zenith Gengar is at PSA right now, so we'll see when it comes back. It's probably gonna be a 9.
You gotta let me
Um,
know when that comes back. I'm
yeah, dude,
excited.
I'm gonna do a video on that. When I get it back, we're gonna do a video. Um, One other thing I saw, and I kind of knew this without having to have anybody tell me, any AI tell me or anything. But singles are booming, bro.
Hmm.
Singles are freaking booming.
Yep.
I just sold the Bubble Mew uh, last week, and I put it up on Facebook Marketplace, and it sold within a few hours, bro.
Well,
It
there you
sold within
go.
a few hours. The guy drove 2 hours to come get it, and I sold it at. I think I let it go for 930.
Okay.
930. It's up over almost. It's almost to 1100 now. Like it's just crazy, dude. It's just it's mind blowing. I saw that. I was like, damn it! I couldn't have waited a week. Nah, I did. I was in it good. It didn't matter, bro. But it's just seeing that. I was like, wow, dude. They are booming, dude. Singles are booming, and sealed is kind of not. So
Don't don't.
yeah,
I mean, you're in a business, so it's different. It's
yeah,
different. I mean, hey, I guess this whole market's different, right? Pokemon's
yeah,
changed.
yeah,
Singles are the newest thing. I don't trust it. I don't
yeah.
trust it.
They're. You think they're volatile, huh? Is that what it is? You're like, well,
I
so
mean, it's facts. It's not even an opinion.
yeah,
It's super volatile. Even
yeah,
even vintage, vintage slabs, cards that are actually rare, scarce, that are hard to obtain and get good grades on them. If you're talking from a graded standpoint, let alone a raw standpoint,
mm,
they can cut in half as well. We've seen them cut in half before.
mm,
So when I hear people talking about, and you're hearing some people being very cautious with their words, they're going, "Hey, look, right now, singles are the way to go. Slabs are the way to go." Um, but in the history of Pokemon, those are the first two things to crash are going to be your slabs and then your singles. They can crash anywhere from 20% to 60-70% sometimes, depending on the cards, on the slabs. Sealed traditionally will go 20-30%. I think this time will be a little bit different. When we experience a crash, I think we're going to have a harder crash on sealed, but normally your sealed is the safest bet.
yeah, yeah. I've heard that before, and I think I feel like, and I don't know, dude. I'm not the person to take advice from when it comes to investing. Um, but for some reason, I feel like you should maybe hold a little bit of both. Like
Yeah.
you should have some of both. But we'll see. And thinking about talking about crashing and shit. I was here last year and during the holidays, and that how, the way things were during the holidays. Like,
Yeah.
what if? So I think the test coming right is this year. If that doesn't happen again during the holidays, like that's the like that's the that is the point. Like if we don't have that lull like we did during the holidays again, wouldn't that be some shit, dude? If things just kind of kept you know going on the uptrend, not really taking a dive, because last year they did, dude, during the holidays, especially right around Black
Right.
Friday, things started going down, and then thereafter, that's when those UPCs, bro. That's when I couldn't sell them. Was right
Yeah.
after the holidays, and so wouldn't it be some
Yeah.
shit?
I'll be honest, the fact that we're already seeing a summer slowdown, we're already seeing people move off of products, or not really move off of, I mean, people are selling at an accelerated rate, according, and I don't know shit, right? Like,
Yeah.
when you say you don't know shit, I don't know shit when it comes to buying, because I don't have a store or anything like that. So
Mhm.
if we're seeing that this summer, where last summer we didn't see it, I feel like, especially around the holiday season, I think a ton of people are severely over leveraged. And the holidays, you have travels, you have gifts that you have to give for your loved ones, your kids,
Yeah.
gifts for your mom, your dad, your grandma, your grandpa. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that we will always have excuse me, a winter slowdown. But
Yeah.
we may not, right? We have the
Yeah.
30th, and then we have this Rayquaza set that's coming out. I believe it's November, I
Mhm.
believe. I might be wrong on that. It could be October. If it's either late October, early November that the Rayquaza set comes out, it could be what it takes to keep it going. But I just think there's, again, the fact that we're seeing the summer slowdown this year, where we didn't see it last year, I think is kind of signs of things to sort of come, if that makes sense. It's kind
Yeah.
of setting in stone. But this market's unpredictable. We could just boom through the holidays.
Well, let's just put it out there right now. There's nothing better for these upcoming holidays than a PCE TV for the for your loved ones. Pack I've collected. Let's stop that
Yeah.
fucking no, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what better gift than Pokemon, right? And for the holidays, we'll see, dude. We'll see. That would be some shit, though, bro. If it didn't, like, then you would know, like, holy shit, man. Like, Alex did a video talking about all the other TCGs, how they're just
Mhm.
freaking, going crazy. People buying My Little Pony and freaking this, that, and the other, and so it's not just Pokemon, it's just money's everywhere in these games, It's kind of crazy to
Yeah,
crazy.
we're definitely in a TCG boom of
Yeah,
it's just everything. And
yeah,
I think what we're kind of seeing is just people are getting pushed out of their comfort zone. So, for me, right, all I know is Pokemon. I don't know Lorcana or One Piece or Dragon Ball or Naruto or My Little Pony, but some
yeah,
people are just like, forget it. I'm gonna go. I can't find Pokemon. I can't
yeah,
find One Piece. I'm gonna go to Lorcana, and then they get pushed out of that, and so the demand keeps shifting, and everyone keeps getting farther and farther behind. They can't meet the demand, and so I think that's why we're seeing all of these shortages from everybody.
yeah,
Magic is intentionally creating the shortage. Pokemon owns Millennium Print Group, so they kind of can control and say, "Hey, we need to print this. You guys are getting put on the back burner, or we're not going to give you this much once your contract's finished up." It's creating a massive bottleneck where all the TCGs are just continuing to accelerate and climb, and it's just keeping everybody here. There's no like dead pockets. Even Godzilla is doing fantastic. The only one
yeah,
that's really not is Riftbound, and that's because it seems like they did a massive reprint of several of their sets, kind of like what we saw Ravensburger do with Lorcana when
mhm,
they first came out, where they wanted it to be a focused on players, and then now they've started to cut back on their print runs, and so now you're seeing Lorcana starting to perform pretty strong.
yeah, yeah. I've been, as far as the Lorcana thing goes, like, I don't care, dude, about no damn Lorcana, and I mean, get your bread where you want, dude. Like, I mean, yeah, if it's a good investment for you, you want to go into it. But I have the opportunity to buy Lorcana for the store, and sell it, but I'm not into it, man. And I don't everything that I have for sale and that I sell, I believe in, kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah, I won't sell it. So for that reason, like, that IP to me is just like, it's whatever, bro. That's a whole live stream, right?
Yeah.
Disney. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not with it, bro.
Well, here's what I'll say about Lorcana is my kids, my daughter and my son, that's what we primarily consume is
Mm,
is is the Disney Plus or whatever it's called.
yeah,
So, they've watched Frozen a million times,
yeah,
Cars, all this stuff, Lilo and
yeah,
Stitch. I got them some Lorcana packs not too long ago,
yeah,
and they did not care whatsoever about Lorcana cards.
yeah.
This was before that they started watching Pokemon. They opened up Pokemon packs, and my
Mm,
daughter was hooked from the
yeah,
get-go.
yeah,
So, like, yeah,
yeah,
Lorcana is doing good right now. All these
yeah,
TCGs are doing good right now, but that should tell you something about, kids that aren't watching, don't play the games, and they get hooked on Pokemon. And now my daughter, all she watches is um is
Which one's she
Pokemon.
watching? Which one is she watching? The original?
Well, she finished the original, she's
Mm,
watching XY now. She's watched
okay,
it one full time, and then she wanted to start over again. So we're starting
yeah,
all over again.
that's awesome.
And she loves it. She loves it, and so, yeah, uh, I want everybody to do good, but,
Yeah,
it you can't be wrong at this point. I mean, I'm gonna when Pal World comes out, before it comes out, I'm gonna say I'm going all in on Pal World, and it's probably going to do good as long as
yeah,
this market the money is sloshing around and overflowing into different TCGs. You can't go wrong at this
yeah.
point.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not shitting on it. Like, it's just for me, I'm not, it's just not something I would ever put any money into. I've opened it before when we first started opening packs back in the day. Michelle bought some packs, and we opened a few, and I didn't like it, bro. I wasn't feeling it, man. But hey, do what you guys will, and ain't no big deal to me, right? Um, so something this stat I found, and this stat is freaking crazy, bro. I don't know if you've heard this, but more people bought Pokemon cards in the last 3 years than in the previous 25 years combined. And that,
That's a new stat to me.
yeah,
I know
yeah,
that until Sword and Shield, really, they had during Sword and Shield they had printed more cards than the previous however what 20 25 years, something
mhm,
like that. So, but I'm not surprised. I mean, we've
yeah,
we've had a crazy bull run, so I'm not surprised that more people have bought Pokemon than ever before.
yeah. And then I think with that, people are automatically going to jump to and attribute it to the scalping, but and I get that part. Yeah, obviously, there's probably a big chunk of that percentage that is for that reason. But I wonder uh, what percentage of that is just people that wanted to open Pokemon cards, bro. You know what I mean? Like, we get
Yeah.
it's like we get it. It gets clouded with that. You know, I had some guy come into one of my the short I did because I bought a collection yesterday.
Hmm.
There isn't. I'm gonna go out on a limb right now and say there isn't one single item in the collection I bought yesterday that a scalper could get. Not a one. Not one.
Really?
Yeah, not one. It's all PC ETBs, booster boxes, and a freaking Charizard, Sword and Shield. You know, the UPC or the SPC.
Oh, you got the UPC?
Yeah, the
Oh,
UPC one.
dang.
Yeah. So how the hell,
Nice.
So when the guy said that, I was like, bro, I was gonna not comment, and I'm like, bro, please, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Stop it already with that shit, dude. That shit's tired already. Come up with something else. Come at me with something else. But dude, I think I would say Like, yeah, I sat out. I was in Japan. I sat out in front of the Pokemon Center for 10 hours to get my hands on the PC. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's just like, dude, shut up, bro. Come up with something different, you know. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm off on a tangent about that. But yeah,
No, I mean, people are
yeah,
definitely opening up more cards than probably ever before, and I definitely think it's not just because of the scalpers. I mean, the scalpers are definitely taking away a ton of product,
yeah,
um, but I think really what a lot of it is the rip and ships. I think
yeah,
a lot of people are buying the sealed product, whatever seal they can get, and instead of opening it because they know that it's investable, they know it's going to climb over time based off of the history that we've seen, right? And history tends to repeat itself, but maybe it could be different at some point. They're going and they're paying, somebody extra instead of opening up their $5 pack, they're paying somebody $10 to open up a pack for them and still keep their sealed collection while trying to go for some of these chase cards, still getting that adrenaline rush on top of also they're getting that parasocial relationship with somebody where they feel
yeah,
like somebody actually cares about them,
yeah,
knows who they are, and so I think honestly, I think the rip and ships are probably the biggest problem. Scalpers are feeding into the
mhm,
rip and ships because they're definitely supplying the rip and ships with this product. Also, distros doing it. So, um, but yeah, I totally believe that people are ripping open packs. I just don't think that they're opening up their packs. I think
yeah,
they're they're paying other people to open up packs instead. So
yeah. One point that I brought up, kind of staying in this lane about that. I think I made a video about it. It's either did I do a short? I think I might have did a short or brought it up in a long form back in the day. But something nobody talks about, dude. I don't know. Maybe people in chat can attest to it. But something that goes on a lot, bro, that nobody talks about, dude, is internal scalping. And internal scalping is a big thing, dude, especially where I'm at. Um, the Best Buy in the area that we're in has the employees, bro, that they don't let nothing hit the floor, bro. You know,
really,
yeah, they. I was just talking to one of my homeboys, and they had 22 SPCs that hit the uh, the Discord. You know, like the stock checker. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, when they went, I guess he waited out there to try to get in line to get some. There was three on the shelf, but they got 22 of them. So
I
internal
wonder if
scalp, yeah, internal scalping is the thing. Employees of these retailers are buying product and not even letting it get to the public. Dude. Nobody wants
I,
to talk about that.
no, I wonder if that's happening at my Walmart
Yeah,
because
yeah, dude.
all they literally just leave the graveyard of the product. All the
Yeah,
empty boxes, they'll just leave it.
yeah,
I saw one time Chaos Rising sleeve packs in my Walmart does a limit of 5. Now, are they going to kick you out, crucify you, ban you if you get more than that? Probably not. But I like
yeah,
to follow the rules, try to be a decent human being. But other than that, I can't. I haven't seen Pokemon in months. Besides that, um, Destined Rivals readily available. They had them behind customer service, and as soon as they kicked them out of customer service, stuck them on the main floor, it was game over. I do know Whack told me that a town or two away from him, a Walmart, they backdoored. I think he said like 2 boxes or something of product from MJS, and honestly, I think MJ knows the writings on the wall. I think that they know they're probably pretty fucked here soon
yeah,
with Pokemon getting XL, and they just don't care. But yeah,
yeah,
people are paying people off, doing a whole bunch of shady shit. So I
yeah.
truly believe it.
Yeah, the Family Dollar was getting the First Partners illustration collection series 1, and it's only $15 there, you know. And we saw it come across the Discord, and we're like, "Oh, let's go see, you know, if we can find some." And we go, and Michelle goes, because we hadn't pulled the cancel starters yet, you know. Uh, we just needed those three to get all nine of them, and we pull up there. Michelle goes in. She's in there for like 30 seconds, dude, and then she comes out like shaking her head, and this guy comes out behind her, and he's like yelling and freaking pointing like this at the door, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?" And she's like, "Yeah, they supposedly got a bunch of first partners, but I guess one of the employees bought them all, and they were gone when they got there." So yeah, it's a thing, dude. It's a thing.
I believe it.
Yeah, it's a freaking thing. So, but yeah, Pokemon cards in the last 3 years, more than the last 3 years in 25. Um, so one of the other things that I saw, I read PSA's got some data showing that fakes are up 125% year over year, which is crazy, dude. Um, I don't know if you've ever encountered any fakes. Have you ever gotten any fakes or seen them?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, they're
yeah,
I mean, they're if you know anything, you know what a fake looks like, you
yeah,
know?
yeah,
I'm not surprised,
yeah,
honestly. People don't know what they're doing, you know?
yeah,
We've had people come in, they've been here 6 months, they've been here 3 months, they've been here a year.
yeah,
They don't know shit. They don't try
yeah,
to know anything, and obviously, going back to kinda like what we talked about last week, when you have money that can be made and you have markets that are insane, peop bad people will always come into those markets. So I'm not surprised that there are probably people printing fake cards, selling them on eBay, and some grandma is getting them for her kids, or a
yeah,
mom or a dad, or anything like that. And they don't, like I said, they don't know any better. I've gotten a fake card before. As soon as I got the fake card, I knew exactly that it was fake. I hit up eBay. I actually hit up the seller. I said, "Hey, you sold me a fake card." He said, "No, you didn't." And hit up eBay, and I won it. And then I ripped it, and it sure enough, it had a sticker on the front of it. So just be educated. I mean, shit. You got Chat GBT. Just take a picture.
yeah.
GBT can probably tell you it's a fake card,
Oh yeah, I will.
just from it. So
The only fakes I've seen are the gold, the gold cards. I had that guy try to sell me some damn Charizard, a fake gold Charizard. Damn thing had zero texture on it.
yeah,
And
they
he,
never have texture on them.
yeah,
That's
he
the
sent me,
giveaway.
but the dead giveaway, bro, is the picture that he sent me. He had two, and there was another one behind the one that he sent me the picture of. And I was like, damn, dude.
yeah.
Like, damn, homie, you got two? He's like, "What are you talking about?" I go, "Yeah, you got two of them, huh?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "No, man, I'll pass on that." He's like, "Oh, it's okay, bro. I got somebody else who wants to buy them." I'm like, "Well, then why the hell are you calling me then, bro?" But yeah,
He was
dude.
trying to hustle you. He was trying to.
Oh god.
He thought you didn't know nothing about nothing,
Yeah,
and then
he saw me
it,
coming. His
they do.
price too. The price he came at me, I was like, "Oh, I know this bitch is fake." The price he's asking me is like 50% off a
Hey,
market.
he could be a crackhead though. You never
Yeah,
know. They need to get that itch.
yeah.
So
You got
you
to get
never
that
know.
rock. But yeah, so I hopefully I don't ever get hit with any fakes, but I think, you know, people out there are pretty good. I mean, there are some bad actors out there. They're looking for people like me that are new, trying to
Mhm.
say, "Let's get this dude." I know that, 100%. Um, so yeah, dude, I think that news that you came out with that put it out there. I don't think anybody else even touched on that shit really broke. I know a couple people said a few things. I know some guy was talking about the booster boxes, but his take on it was that we weren't gonna get booster boxes at all. Zero.
Yeah, who said that?
Some guy, man. Some dude out there. I don't really know. I've never seen him before, man, but he said that yeah, the news is possibly that Pokemon is not going to be making booster boxes anymore.
Oh,
So
that was probably because of Danny Phantom. Danny Phantom,
yeah.
before I got my inside information, which
Mhm.
it is inside information. It's funny. I just laughed because somebody came to my comment section and was like, you don't have any inside information. You're
Mhm.
literally just repeating what other content creators are talking about." Like, bro, if I gave a shit, I could have had this video out before anybody else did. But they got the information from my Discord.
Yeah.
So anyways, Danny was talking about how he he kind of essentially hopes that Pokemon stops making booster boxes. That I think he was just bummed out. So no, they're still, and I had other people reach out to me too, and they're like, well, they're not making any more booster boxes. Like, no, they are. From this information, wave one, wave two, you will get booster boxes.
Yeah.
After that, there will not be. They are not going to focus on booster boxes,
Yeah.
but this is subject to change. Pokemon
Yeah.
could do this or say this, and then freaking December or the 30th anniversary rolls around, and we get 1.5 million booster boxes of Phantasmal Flames. Then
Yeah.
January, February, March, we get a drop of Destined Rivals. I mean,
Yeah.
you just don't know. People just
Yeah.
provide information from what they hear, and you take it. You take the gamble. Is it true? Is it not true? I don't think I think it is true, but not true at the same time. I think Pokemon will eventually at some point print booster boxes.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to get that information out to people so that way they could make the best decision for themselves. If they wanted to FOMO into Destined Rivals, they can FOMO into Destined Rivals.
Yeah.
That was the whole crux of the video. So
Yeah. Yeah. I watched the guy though, and it's funny because Anon made a video and said anybody that's out here, I don't want to fucking put words in his mouth, bro, and say this shit the wrong way, but let's just put it like this. He didn't have any kind words for anybody that was saying that. And I thought he was talking about me, bro. I was like, damn. But there was a dude that made a video that said specifically, it wasn't about what we were talking about, how you get that first wave, maybe the second wave, and then that's it. This dude was straight up talking about that there's a possibility that they won't be printing booster boxes anymore, and that's nothing close to what we were talking about. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's a different thing, and we didn't say that, so I had to think about it. I was like, oh, because Anon will fucking tell you about yourself quick, bro. I was like, oh, I hope he's not talking about me, dude. But yeah,
Oh, he went off on that video. Did you watch that video where he kind of did like a breakdown of all the TCGs?
yeah, that's the one. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
the first thing he started off was Pokemon, and he went off. He's like, all
yeah,
these fuckers that are talking. They got
yeah,
this little Jimmy Bob who's
yeah,
a seller at Distro, and he's telling
yeah,
people
yeah,
that they're not reprinting booster boxes.
yeah,
They got 1.5 million that they shipped out in
yeah,
March that are sitting somewhere. Like these people don't know what the hell they're talking about.
yeah.
But
That's the one. That's the one.
yeah,
I was like, oh
I'm
god,
yeah, yeah. I know people make fun of Anon, and I know that he kind of deserves the criticism because he was talking about Q1 reprints. He's said some things that have not come to fruition, but
yeah,
I definitely think the guy knows stuff. I think that, when you get to a certain level, you do get insider information.
yeah,
I think that Pokemon is just kind of what I think that they're doing is I think that they are printing. And I think that instead of force feeding it down people's throats and throwing it into this market, especially since they can't trust distro right now, they can't trust really anybody. I think that they're putting product aside. Now, how much of that product, I don't know, but I do think that there are booster boxes out there for some of these sets that
yeah,
Pokemon is, trying to figure out. I think their goal was the vending machines. I think that was their bread and butter was to put them in the vending machines, but they knew that with the glitches, like that was just going to be a shit show. It was
yeah,
already a shit show,
yeah,
So I think they've had to adjust, and I think that Anon's gotten crucified wrongfully so. But it is the internet. You put your opinion out there, anybody can make fun of you, talk shit about you.
yeah,
We all know that. I mean, hell, my name is Crybaby Broke for a reason on
yeah,
this live. So
yeah. What's the matter? People talking shit up here?
bro, I mean, I just dude, people come after. Like I was in Pablo's live the other
Mm,
day with
mhm,
Pitch Black. It's actually not some goofball. It was a couple goofballs, and they're just like, oh, there's this broke guy. He's just a crybaby. He's always crying and bitching, and I'm like, I don't understand that concept, and maybe maybe I'm a fucking idiot. I don't know.
mm,
It's potentially. I say I'm an idiot, but I don't feel like my content is very crybaby. I feel like I'm opinionated, but I'm
yeah,
not just sitting there, um, bitching and whining 24/7. I'm talking about how I feel. I'm sorry, I'm not going to make investing content. I'm not going to be like, Pitch Black went fantastic. Nobody was able to get the product, but that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a realist. I've always been a realist, and so apparently I'm a crybaby, and I'm a negative person. So it is what it
Yeah.
is. I really don't fucking care. I just wish
Yeah.
people would actually have. Um, I guess people would give me a good reasoning behind it instead of just saying, "Oh, well, you just complain all the time." Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everybody's got opinions, man. But I don't think what
if they
people have to
don't agree
say.
with you, then you're a crybaby.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't agree with me, and I
Yeah.
don't agree with them, so it's all good. Fuck them is
Yeah.
what I say.
Yeah, dude. But I think the biggest thing in the video that you made and then the video that I came out with, dude, the biggest deal in that shit was to me the prismatic and the ascended, not,
Mhm.
that's the
I know
biggest
you were
deal.
excited about that.
Dude, yeah, bro. I mean, that's huge, dude. I mean, that's huge. Uh that could have serious implications, about yeah, you know,
Shit,
but
sorry.
yeah, nobody else has really said anything about it. So I was just kind of like, damn, I can't believe that nobody else has said nothing.
So I think that the focal point has been on these booster boxes. Rudy
Mhm.
has made videos after videos after videos about booster boxes. You have, investor bros talking about booster boxes. You have collectors talking about booster boxes. So I feel like when we got that information, the focal point was about these booster boxes. The alleged rumor was good about the booster box. That's all people cared about.
Mhm.
Prismatic, it is what it is. I've heard it's getting pumped up. It had a massive buyout where they're now like $16, $17 a pack.
Yeah, I saw that, but yeah.
Um, Ascended Heroes, I don't think anybody is too terribly surprised by that. I'm honestly more surprised that Prismatic, if it is being cut out, it's actually being cut out this early because we still have, if it ends in July, they're essentially cutting it out August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 8 months early. And normally we know specialty sets they'll print for 3 years if they need to.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you look at how much prismatic they've printed, they've probably printed 3 years worth of prismatic.
Yeah.
So they hyper focused on surging sparks. They hyper focused on prismatic. They've got to let those two sets go. Surging, I think it's going to take off once they actually, close the doors on it. People can't get their hands on it. I think it'll be a steady growth, though. I don't think it's going to just completely accelerate. There's a ton of surging sparks booster boxes that are out there, but it's definitely going to climb. And prismatic, yeah, man. I think short term it's probably going to pump, but middle term, in the next couple of years, I don't think Nostalgianomics is going to be making a celebration video in 2 years about prismatic being a $400 ETB. I
Yeah.
really, truly don't feel that way. I think there is a shit ton of prismatic out there. I think, yes, there is a ton that has been opened, but I think there's a lot out there that people are not taking into consideration. Ascended Heroes is a little bit different, but if you look at what Ascended Heroes is doing, it's kind of stagnating, which is honestly surprising. I thought it was going to be, $200 when my kids opened up my $1,000 worth of Ascended Heroes. I thought, man, the PC ETB is going to be 600, $700. The ETBs are going to be $200, and they've really slowed down. So, Ascended Heroes, it's going to be interesting to see what Pokemon does with that set. I have the faith that if the printing facility really doesn't come online until 2028, they'll still have the opportunity to give it a good push and to kind of hammer that set. I truly believe Ascended Heroes is your Crown Zenith 2.0. I really, truly do.
Yeah.
But only time will tell. This time's different, right? So
Yeah.
just strap in and
Yeah. I, if it is, do you think possibly Ascended could go any lower than 170? I mean, I don't think it's dipped below 170. It's stayed around that area. It'll bounce back and forth, but I
so
mean,
it's gonna depend. I don't mean to cut you off. You can
no, you're
finish
good.
that.
You're good.
Go Do you need to finish
No, no,
your
no. Go ahead. Go
okay.
ahead.
So I think it really depends. I think it depends on how people decide to sell into this market. I believe that at some point in 2027 we're going to see a cool off, like a long term cool off. I'm not
Mm.
going to say a crash. It's going to depend on, do people sell it on the secondary market, or do they sell to businesses? Do they sell back to distros? What do they do with that product? If
Mhm.
they put it on the secondary market, and I have there's I've been saying this for a while. Kyra's also said this. Opossum Bud said this. When this crash comes, it's going to be a brutal crash. Like, people are going to get hurt. And you know, is Prismatic what they hold on to? Or do
Yeah.
they move off, or do they hold on to their ascended heroes? If we see a bunch of people flooding the market, leaving, selling on the secondary market, I think we could see Prismatic below 170. I think we could possibly see it. Realistically, I'm going to be kind of bullish, 125 for Prismatic. I think it could go lower than that. Um, but there's too many variables right now. You have a
Yeah.
bunch of, and I don't mean, I'm not coming after you, but you
Yeah.
have a bunch of people with new businesses that they don't understand the economics of Pokemon, that they're going to buy it up and they're going to hold on to it. And if they can hold on to it for for a couple of years, then great. But yeah, I'm not super confident in Prismatic short to middle term. Just like 30th anniversary, I think 30th anniversary is going to be crazy for a while, but
Yeah.
eventually we're going to have a cool off. It's going to go stagnant. It's going to go down, and that's when you buy into the 30th anniversary, not when it's hyperbolic crazy the first couple months, maybe even year. Now for you, it's different. You have a business, right? If
Mm.
you want to sell off your whole collection to really capitalize yourself so you can churn and burn the 30th and buy
Yeah.
as much as possible,
Yeah.
go for it. I think it's going to be better. I think it's already better than the 25th anniversary. It could be better than the 20th anniversary. So for you, that makes sense. But for somebody like me, or somebody who's just a collector, or even a long term investors make the argument. So I'm just going to say, you're just a normal collector.
Yeah.
Get what you can within reasoning. I'm personally just going to focus on the singles. If I have to wait out the singles, I have to wait out the singles. But 30th anniversary, I think is going to surprise people, wake some people up, and there'll be plenty of opportunity to get the 30th anniversary. Look
Yeah.
at Generations, look at the 25th, look at Celebrations. We've seen this before. This is no different.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, it could be different, but I don't think so.
I think one thing people don't take into consideration, or maybe they do, but it's not talked about a lot, is, and I mean, you said it, talking about the ripping ships, right? Cracking all this
Mhm.
shit and doing all this. It's annihilating the sealed product, man. So the people that are holding on to the sealed, uh, they're in a good position. If the rip and shippers keep doing what they're doing, if you've got ETBs or booster boxes or something that keeps getting freaking um, shredded in a rip and ship, right? You're going to be in a good position eventually, because they're annihilating it, dude. I wonder what the percentage is, right, of sealed versus shit that's getting ripped, like just a set, like let's just say prismatic, whatever it is, the number of boxes that are out there, right? Like, I wonder how much there is that's stashed away, that's sealed, versus what has been ripped. I think somebody did those numbers somehow with, and they use the um, the grading to come up with those numbers. I forget how they did it and how they came up with the formula, but yeah, they did that to try to figure out, hey, this is how much is out there versus how much has been ripped. But
Yeah, I know Anon does it. It's so hard to tell, man, because we don't get the real numbers from Pokemon. There's so many variables. Even if you have distro's not getting all the product. There's two
yeah.
different distros. You have distro that goes to your LGSs, and it is
Mhm.
LGS. It's not LCS. It's local game store, by the way. Some people like to correct that, but everyone says LGS. You
Mhm.
have, the LGSs, the online stores. They supply the product to those people. Then you have the retail side, the Walmarts, the Myers, the Costco's, the Sam's. Targets, Ace, all these different, Lowe's, all these different companies. So to really truly get the real numbers, I think that would have to be something Pokemon's going to come out with. I
Mm,
don't think they're ever. Pokemon is a super private company. They're never going to give that information out. Now you can speculate based off of print numbers for a year,
mm,
but still, you're never going to get an accurate number. I know there's been a ton of prismatic ripped, but if you had a gun in Minecraft pointed to my head, I think that there is probably more people with sealed product, more sealed packs of prismatic evolutions than
mm.
probably what has been ripped.
Yeah,
I truly believe prismatic evolutions is probably the most printed set in the history of Pokemon.
yeah. Yeah, it's wouldn't that be some shit too if Ascended did not get the prismatic treatment and being such a good set, like if they didn't print it, I mean, wow, dude. That would be crazy, dude. That would be insane.
It's possible. We're gonna have to see what this print facility does.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got people that are talking about they're not gonna print anymore. They're gonna print their 2.2 million, 2 million, or sorry,
Yeah.
2 billion cards.
Yeah.
They're gonna focus on texturing. They're gonna focus on quality control. I don't believe that Pokemon's gonna do that. It doesn't make sense. All these financial moves that they've made, getting their own trucking company, buying Excel, buying
Yeah.
this massive printing and packaging facility. It's not just
Yeah.
printing.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna do that just to make the quality of their cards any better. They could potentially if things slow down. They could have some fun with that, and
Yeah.
change the blades more often, get some better texturing on the cards, more better quality, like in Japanese. But to say that they're not going to print anything more is asinine, in my opinion. But you have very well known, very respected content creators that are of that belief. So to each its own. I
Yeah.
think Prismatic is still gonna, or not Prismatic, sorry, Ascended Heroes is still going to be in that reprint window even at 2028. And um, with all these small sets that they're coming out with, I mean, you got to think we have Phantasmal Flames, excuse me, we have Perfect Order, Chaos Rising, Pitch Black, the potentially Mega Rayquaza set, maybe Aura Seeker. I mean, if they continue these small sets, it allows them to print, if they were to just focus on booster boxes, double the capacity for these sets compared to like your mega evolutions. So if the
Mhm.
rest of the mega block going into winds and waves is small sets, there's no reason that they can't go back and just absolutely print this stuff to the ground. Also with the new printing facility, they're going to be able to tell companies like Lorcana, Bandai prints their stuff in Japan, so it's not really a concern to them. But Lorcana, Magic, um, any of these other TCGs that are coming out, they can say, "Hey, we're gonna allocate ourselves 70% of this facility. You all can have the other 30%." Um, so there's tons of potentials. We really just have to wait and see. I'm not super worried about Ascended Heroes. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
again. Not an investor. I'm a collector. I'm gonna get my 5 normal ETBs. I hope they drop another PC ETB, which I'll say something in a second because it kind of pisses me off. Um, and a couple of heavy hitters, and then call it a day.
Yeah.
I think the printing facility is going to be great though because I think it's going to allow Pokemon to really play with that lever. They're going to be able to toggle up or down depending on the demand a lot quicker, unless they're trying to do some artificial bullshit, which I
Mhm.
think is what we're seeing currently right now. Um, but yeah, that's just my opinion. Again,
Yeah.
I don't know shit. So
Yeah. Neither do I, bro. But that's why we do this shit to see if we can figure it out, right? Um Well, we'll have some, what's up, bro. We'll have some insider news here in the everybody make sure you're subscribed to the channel and check out Poke Underground Live coming up in the
oh
next
yeah.
couple weeks. We will definitely we'll have some uh, just we'll get together and we're gonna have some questions answered soon in the
Did
upcoming
you get the
podcast.
second guest locked down yet?
No, man, he's got
He's
a
gonna
lot. got a
He's
lot
gonna
going
be a
on.
pain in the ass to get.
Yeah, and I just like I told him to I told the go between to just tell him it's all good, bro. You let me know when you're ready, and then we'll get you in, and then I get
Yeah.
somebody else. So I got a replacement for him, but we have a guest coming up where we'll be able to answer a lot of these questions. You
By
know
the
what I mean?
way, if you want, I don't know if you want to, but
Mhm.
Krabby says he'll jump in to
Oh,
the
okay.
live.
Yeah, that's all good. Yeah, for sure.
You
Could
would
do
have
that.
to I think you have to invite him though.
Send him an invite. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, I don't have control over that.
yeah. Where does Krabby want me to send the invite to? I can send it to him.
Uh, I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, technically, you could put
Um,
it in the chat, and then
yeah.
he can come on, and you can control that. I mean, other goobers may try to join in, but you can.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't want to do that. Krabby, if you want to reach out to me, bro, on Instagram, um,
Oh,
it's Pack Hype Collective Instagram. If you reach out to me and
let me see.
yeah, I'll send you the
If shit hits, I'm gonna read some comments while you're
yeah,
figuring
do
that
that. Yeah,
out.
I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick.
Yeah,
If you
you're good.
grab me a second to do that, and yeah, he could jump in on it.
Let me see. Uh, so Jay said Ascended should stagnate. Things are climbing way too fast. I agree for sure. Prismatic's gonna blast off like MFR. I hope it does. I hope Prismatic blast off like crazy. Yeah, Krabby for sure. They could definitely print some more Prismatic. It's just according to the leaks, the rumors, the speculation mill, they're supposed to be done with it. That is interesting, Krabby. I don't know where you have that information about rip and ship. Prismatic volume is falling quick. I don't watch a ton of rip and ships. I really don't watch any at all, to be honest with you. I occasionally catch Nostalgianomics, but that is very. I wonder what they're opening instead. Is it Ascended Heroes that they're opening or Chaos Rising? I don't really know. I agree, Sui. I feel like there's more sealed in closets than rip and shippers are going through for sure. Let's see. Yeah, MG Toe Coin. Good to see you. Hopefully you're having a great day. Yeah, the Pokemon Center drop made. I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he said a guy that's been in the hobby for a very long time was talking about selling off his whole entire collection at this point. He's just over it, and I think that a lot of people are leaving the hobby. The good people, right? Not like there's good and bad people, but the people that really care about the hobby, not just seeing the graphs go up, the sneakerheads, quote unquote. I think that they are they're leaving the hobby, and I think Pokemon's going to regret it for sure. Let's see. If shit hits the fan, let's rotate to Lorcana. I'm going to My Little Pony, and I am going to Pal World for sure. You start watching best time to sell right now. I don't know, Pablo. I don't think right now is the best time to sell, to be honest with you. I think with the summer lull, I think, if you're wanting to get good deals right now might be that time. Probably also around the time that Pitch Black comes out. I could see that being a good time to sell, depending on how Pitch Black does. I saw Danny Phantom made a video. Booster boxes are around the same. I think he said he got like 1,000 from Chaos Rising. So what did he say? Was it booster bundles? ETBs were up 10%. Booster bundles were the same. 3 packs were up like 55%. So it definitely looks like they're printing more ancillary product. But yeah, I don't think right now is the best time to sell in the summer lull. I think the best time to sell was a couple months ago. Now people are trying to save up for 30th anniversary. So yeah.
All right, I sent Krabby the link. Let's see when he pops in.
Yeah. No,
I
you're
um
good.
I reached out to a friend of mine that has he's got a LGS here locally, and I reached out to him and was like, yo man, if you ever got any leftover product or
Yeah.
anything you want, and it's interesting. We'll get into that. And he's so we have a couple of different insider type deals. He knows what's up. He's had a store for a while too, bro. Young dude. It's if anybody's in that local area, it's called Nerds with Money. That's what
Nerds with Money
yeah.
is the name of
Yeah,
the store.
yeah, yeah. So he's an
Yeah.
awesome dude.
You
Shout
know,
out,
you know what's
shout
I
out
made a
Connor.
video talking about how at some point, Pokemon's so cool right now, and TCGs in general are cool, but I made a video saying how eventually you're going to be embarrassed to go down the Pokemon aisle again because Pokemon is TCGs in general are typically nerdish things. And I got so much hate from that comment. They're like, "What are you talking about? Pokemon's so cool. Like, it's not a nerd thing. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, did you just get here?" I'm like, bro, I'm speaking from experience. Like, I would always do like the double checks, you know. So
Yeah.
I find it funny that that people act like this. And then I do think it's funny though. The name of the store though, Nerds with Money, is
Yeah.
pretty good,
Yeah.
pretty accurate.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I reached out to him. I was like, "Yo, man, if you got anything, bro, any stragglers, anything laying around, man, for sure, dude, let me know what's up." But
Yeah, see,
yeah,
Stu gets it. He says it's a nerd thing for sure. He used to hide it from his bros.
that's
That's what I'm
funny.
saying. Like
Yeah.
you're not drinking with your guys, like playing, I don't know, watching some sports and being like, "Hey guys, I want to crack open some Pokemon packs." They take you outside and beat you, you know.
Yeah.
But now everybody's, it's the cool thing to do. So
It's funny where we're at now. Krabby wants to come on the stream, but it wasn't like that not too long ago, wasn't it? Where you at, bro? I sent you this shit. Come on, man.
I will tell you, I do think that YouTube does hide comments because
Yeah.
I got a guy and he'll comment some crazy stuff on some other YouTube content creators channels,
Mhm.
and I can never see him. I never see him at all. So either he's playing me or YouTube hides stuff. So
Yeah.
I definitely I don't know. I don't know.
We'll see. There
Pablo
he is.
hates Chaos Rising, by the way, which is crazy
Really?
because this fool, he pulled the Gold Greninja. I don't know if it was a
Yeah.
booster box or what, but
Yeah.
he's pulled. Listen to this. He's pulled the Gold Greninja. He pulled the Glaceon from Prismatic Evolutions. He pulled the Meowth, the Clefable, and the Clefairy.
Wow.
Like everything he opens right now, he is pulling top hits, and
That's
he's
freaking
just over
crazy.
here clowning on Chaos Rising.
Hot Hands Jones number 2, huh? All right, so we're Krabby's in here, so we're gonna get Krabby in here. What's up, Krabby?
What's up, boys? How we
What's
doing?
happening? Good, bro. How you doing, man?
Dude, just Friday night, got my daughter to bed about an hour ago. Was just chilling and saw you guys were live, and
Yeah,
appreciate you letting me jump on.
of course,
Yeah,
bro.
thanks for coming.
Yeah,
100.
it's so funny. I just discovered both of you maybe 2 weeks, maybe like well no, well Pack Hype, you've been in my comments for a while. We chatted a little bit and then broke. I just like in the last week discovered you through this channel and just enjoying the heck out of both of your guys' takes and really enjoying the journey that you're on, man, with you're starting your business, and
Yeah,
always love just talking about the hobby with anyone and everyone. So
yeah.
yeah, I was enjoying the conversation so much. I was like, you know what, I have some hot takes on the stuff you guys are talking about. So
Sweet, bro. Sweet. What do you got? Hit us with what you got.
Well, first off, real quick, you know what's interesting? So PCETBs talking about you know, just print runs and all that stuff. I don't think that they ever reprint. I don't think that they've ever reprinted PCETBs ever. With the second waves that get released, it's like the canceled bot orders and the duplicate orders, and
Yeah,
then a month or two later they trickle through and it's gone in a half an hour. So I still, man, and I will die on this hill, PCETBs are the greatest modern sealed collection item, and I think will age better than almost anything.
yeah. So I think, yeah, I think with the Sinded, I don't think I don't think you'll be able to get them anywhere other than the secondary market. I don't think they're coming out again at all. Specifically them. I'm not
It's
sure with
possible.
anything else, but it's funny that you say that too, because I think, I'm new to the hobby. I don't know anything other than what I've learned in the past less than a year, right? But some people shit on on the stamp. Like, I guess that maybe that's just the card, right? So there's people that don't believe in that stamp or whatever, but
I know.
and then prior to that, I guess I don't know how long ago it was, but ETBs, I guess, were not even a thought in an investor's mind. I've heard that, you know, and then now it is the go-to.
Yep.
It's the go-to. I
When
love
I
them.
first
I love them. I love ETBs, but
when I first got into the hobby, nobody kept them sealed. They were trash because of all the extra sleeves, and you know nobody wanted that, and they take up so much space, and no one appreciated the unique artwork on them.
yeah.
And so this would have been like 2018 when I got back in hard, and then never got out of the hobby again. I was in and out. 2012, I was in for like a year, and then they didn't even have ETBs then. I don't think because the first one was.
It was the Lugia. I can't remember
Yeah,
what set that was.
Plasma.
Was it Plasma Blast?
Yeah, I think or Storm. Yeah, one of those. Yeah, one of those. So that would have been right after. Yeah, like I took a little bit of a break, but it's so interesting how the dynamics change from cycle to cycle, and what we're in now. It's just I'm still trying to calibrate to the level at which this hobby has grown, even organically and inorganically. And I think that's something that is underrated right now. And that's what I wanted to talk about mainly with the rip and chips and everything, and the mystery packs, and the how many cards are being graded, and the 17 million card backlog and everything. While I do agree that there is so many new people that won't be here in the next 3 to 5 years that will leave, the amount of people that are going to stay is underestimated, and there is a huge portion, and I don't understand it, but there is a huge portion of the hobby that truly does get their fill of ripping packs and enjoyment of opening packs through rip and chips. It's something that I don't get. Like I haven't participated, not recently, but over the years. Back with shout out to Darium's Pokemon, who is just OG. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Darium.
I think I've
He was
seen
doing
them somewhere.
he was doing rip and ships in 2014, maybe started 2015. You could get all the new sets like 250 a pack, all that you wanted. 250 a pack, $3 a pack, $4 a pack, depending on the set. And he still has a website. He still does ribbon ships to this day on Twitch. And that's when I first discovered this, and I was like, this is bizarre. And every new set release, he had the same customers that would get 100 packs, 50 packs. And it's still to this day, some of those same customers will still buy in his streams. And a lot of these streamers have built up that same kind of loyal following, and the ones that do it above bar and that are legitimate will continue to thrive, I believe, on that. And if you at any given night, so Broke, you said that you don't watch a lot of live streams. I have this weird, like, it's almost a flaw. Some nights I'll just spend 2 hours, and I'll have my iPad, and I'll have my computer, and I'll have my phone, and I'll go on eBay Live, and I'll go on Fanatics Live and YouTube and Twitch and Drip, and just go to all the biggest streamers and see just in an hour, like, how many can I track that are being ripped? Guys, it's unfathomable every night how many packs are being opened. It is absolutely unprecedented, and it is the main reason of the supply shortage. I mean, everybody already knows that, but I still don't think people fathom how much it actually is. And I believe it is why we are seeing so many collections being sold. And if you follow, if you follow Catch 'em All Collectibles and Pokey Brian and Pokey NE Brian and all these guys that are buying these huge collections, and they're turning away a lot of big collections now. And I know for a fact at least a portion of those collections have been turned to rip and shippers and to streamers, and they will be just shredded. You know, they don't pay as strong as some of those guys do when they're just selling on their websites or selling through Fanatics or whatever. But they do pay pretty well for getting rid of that kind of volume all at one time. And it's I'm not at the point yet where I'm going to say there's more being ripped than is still being opened, but I think for some sets that could be the case. Like Prismatic, no, just because they printed the absolute hell out of Prismatic for like that. I just don't think it's crazy how popular Prismatic still is, and I do think a lot was ripped, but these guys put their numbers public a lot, and they are ripping way more Ascended Heroes than they are Prismatic. I think Catch 'em All Collectibles with his 5 or 6 streamers, he said this publicly on Pokeflips the other day. I think it was something like to this point last year, it was 17,000 packs of Prismatic that he ripped, and he's already ripped 25,000 packs of Ascended this year already.
Yeah,
So
I watch Dan all the time, and
Yep.
it's you know what's funny, Krabby, and I didn't mean to cut you off if I
go
did,
for it.
but what's how do I say this? Let me think about this before I say it. But you know, he's admittedly told us who he buys from.
Yep.
And, I like Dan. So let me preface all this by saying that I like Dan. I've watched him. I've been watching him. He's admittedly talked about it and said who he buys his stuff from, you know, and that's okay. But God forbid that I talk about anything that has to do with anything like that. That there will no longer be a Pack Hype Collective, right? It'll just be something that is looked back at. And I've talked about that in videos, and I've brought it up, and it's funny how the rip and shippers get a pass, but guys like me that are just hardworking people that are trying to come up, we can't do that, bro.
But the thing is, local game shops are buying from the botters and the scalpers too.
Yeah.
Because it's the only way they can get sealed product to have on the shelves. So everybody's doing it because it's the only way.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a huge problem that I don't know how it gets fixed, because when you have this demand, that people are going to find a way. And especially with the online drops, the in-store stuff has gotten a little better. I actually twice, once accidentally and once on purpose, because I was meeting someone to do a deal actually. So I was at a Target at like 6:30 or 7 a.m. the other week. I never go to drops ever. I work a full-time job. I don't have time for that. I have a 2-year-old daughter. Like I don't have time for that crap. But my friend, who I've done a lot of deals with before, he's like, can you just meet me? Because we just couldn't get together. He's like, can you just meet me at this Target? And I was going that way for work. I was like, sure. We met. He's like, well, you might as well go get in line. I was like, okay, let me see. And it was like 6:30 or 7 a.m. The doors open right at 7, and we go in. There was 40 people in line at 6:30, 7 a.m. And it was limit, 2 per person or whatever. And, I went through them. I grabbed like one box. I grabbed the first partner box or something. And I was just mind blown by like just how many, and everybody in that line was ripping. Ripping their stuff. People were opening it in the freaking parking lot. And I'm sure there was probably some scalpers there, but the sheer demand of this stuff, it is for people that want to open it and collect it, and kids that are still enjoying the hobby. Is actually, people think that kids aren't enjoying it. They are. Parents are still buying tons of packs for their kids. I know someone, him and his daughter are master setting like everything. And they get stuff at MSRP whenever they can, and they just rip and rip and rip. Like it's wild. But I don't know I'm guessing he has a good job. I actually don't even know what he does for work. But it's such a strange time in the hobby, especially for those of us that have been here for multiple cycles. And it is so different than 2021. It is so different. And when this ultimately does come to a breaking point and things do actually cool off, I still think the floor has been set so much higher this time than last time. Like, I mean, what does a crash look like? I don't think a crash is possible. Yeah, will there be something that weeds out scalpers and the short term, the people that say they're going to hold for 5 or 10 years and hold for one? And yes, I think there will be some kind of event that maybe wipes out a percentage of those people, but I don't see more than like a 20 to 30% quote unquote crash happening, because the popularity is just too much. It's just too
Yeah.
high.
Yeah, I've experienced that myself. I mean, obviously now I'm full time with the business and made that leap, right? Um, but prior to that, I was going into work a little bit later, so I was able to go to quite a few drops for different sets, and yeah, it's and now I can go whenever, but I ain't with getting up that damn early for that. I only go the only time I get up that early is to go fishing, but you know, there are collectors in the lines, bro, and I know because I've talked to
Yep.
them. Not
Yep.
everybody is a scalper out there, and one thing I've learned as of late, going in there and mix it, it's freaking hilarious too, dude. I went in there, was it Wednesday, and I just walked into the Walmart. I was in that area, and I walk in, and the MJ Holdings lady is coming around the corner when the doors opened up, bro, like this, and the lady's coming around the corner with the fucking cards, bro. And I'm like, damn, your boy's got good luck. And I look down there, there's like a line of 5 guys. I go start talking to them, bro. One of them noticed me and was like, dude, you look really familiar. I was like, yeah. He goes, yeah, you pop up in my feed all the time, dude. I was like, oh
Nice.
God, bro. But he was a collector, dude. So they're there, bro. The
Yep.
scalpers are there, dude, but
Yep.
there's people actually collecting and going and doing this shit. They're it's not all that. And a lot now that I see too, dude, is a lot of these guys are vendors, bro. A lot of these dudes are
Yeah.
vendors, dude.
Though okay, so there's one part of the broke. I would love your take on this. I think that game will be one of the first to be up for people. The vending, the buying stuff at Walmart and Target, and buying stuff and going to shows, because that's not the place to take 10 EX boxes and ETBs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, shows aren't for sealed product, modern sealed products, ultra modern. It's a lot more for graded. The volume. I have several friends that vend. I know I have 2 friends that vend full time, basically, and the one not so much anymore because he has a shop now, but he still does big shows, and they barely take any sealed. They take hundreds and hundreds of graded cards, and they have a couple of like higher end, more rare sealed stuff that they take. But the modern sealed stuff at the shows is not super liquid, because everybody has the same thing. Like, and they're all
Yeah.
trying to charge 10 to 20% above market on it at these shows to pay for their booths and everything. But I think that could be the first shoe to drop, is some of these shows just getting so oversaturated, and they're selling out. They're selling too many tables. Some of these shows, like they're hitting their capacity and going beyond it and getting in trouble and going like through my local card show, monthly card show used to be one floor, maybe 60 tables. Then it was 80. Then it was 100. Then it moved to the second floor. Now it's on the third floor in these little side rooms and all this stuff. And they're separate. It's crazy. I don't know how sustainable some of these card shows are, and some of the vendors that have popped up in the last 6 months. But yeah, I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. I mean, I think sealed always has its place when it comes to card shows. Like, you'll still have people that carry sealed, but that's not the primary focus. I feel like the primary focus is your singles, whether it's a dollar, $2, or thousands of dollars, and then of course your graded cards. So I agree with that. I think you're probably right. We're going to see vendors that get left holding it. There's also, like you said, a ton of these new card shows. They're popping up all the freaking time. Even in my small town, you got card shows at the malls pretty much like every single month, where it was every 6 months. So I definitely think that could be it. I also think LGSs, because they're trying to take in all this product. I know a brand new LGS that just opened up right down the road from me, and they are constantly buying people's products. And right now, they just bought a brand new building. They're expanding, and they're not really selling out on their sealed. Their sealed is starting to slow down. So
Interesting.
I think that could be like the double-edged sword where you have vendors that are getting left with product, and then you've also got LGSs that start getting overfilled, and it could be a trickle down.
Yeah.
I do have a
Yeah.
question for you though, because you were talking
Yeah.
about people going the restocks and or when the new set drops and there's like 40 people, they're all ripping. Do you think that they're all ripping because they are just wanting to open up sets, or do you think that some of them are ripping to be able to try to pull a mega Gengar or mega Gengar, mega Greninja to sell it on the market?
Oh, 100%. There's people that are ripping to basically gambling. I
Yeah.
actually just told this story in my video either today or yesterday. I was at one of my local shops like 2 days ago, and there was a guy trading in a bunch of cards, and he had a lot of good hits, and thousands of dollars worth of cards, and he had a binder and everything. And the guy next to him says, "Did you pull all that stuff?" He said, "Yeah, I did." And it's like, oh wow, I can't imagine how many packs he had to open to get all
Yeah.
those hits. And it was all Ascended Heroes, Prismatic, some Chaos Rising. He had the Greninja, and the guy's like, oh yeah, nice collection, blah blah blah, whatever. He's like, yeah, no, yeah, unfortunately, it's funny. He was like almost embarrassed because he was at a card shop. He was like, yeah, I don't really like Pokemon that much. I just love the thrill of the chase, and I'm selling all this to rip more and just get my, and like basically like a slot machine. Like it's wild.
Yeah.
So there is those people that will ultimately just get absolutely destroyed. Because while Ascended Heroes right now is probably the most plus EV set to open in Pokemon history at this current time, especially if you can get it at MSRP, it's still not. You're never going to make money opening cards. You open packs for fun with your friends, with your kids, with whatever, and that's the core. That's what the hobby's all about. That's the memories we all have as kids. But if you're in that mindset of I'm going to make money by opening packs, you're toast. You're so cooked. But it is wild. My main shop that I go to, they've been there for 35 years. It's the same shop I went to when I was a kid, and which is super cool. And their allocations are absolutely insane. I mean, they sell to a lot of other local stores in the area. I believe they have 7 distributors. It's insane. I mean, they get hundreds of cases sometimes of stuff. They have a huge allocation, and they still cannot keep any sealed product on the shelf. They haven't had a booster box sitting there for sale after release day for years. It's probably been over a year since they've had any set sit there. They sell for a little bit under market, so they don't get cleaned out by scalpers. Like if market is 250 on something, they'll sell it for like 230. So enough that everyone goes and cleans them out, but not enough that you can flip it right away. Man, it's not still like I went in. I didn't get to go in on Chaos Rising release day, and like I said, I was there this week, and they were out of bundles. They were out of booster boxes. They had ETBs. They had a couple ETBs, and that was it. So still as strong as ever, and with allocations being spread so thin between all the Lowe's and Home Depots and the grocery stores and the gas stations and stuff. I wish distribution would stop opening new accounts. I don't know why they keep spreading it so thin. I mean, I guess they want to just have those guaranteed sales for years to come and be able to unload everything if there is a dip. But at some point, they have to stop opening new accounts if they're not getting any more supply. They can't just keep giving certain accounts one box. It's just stupid. Are they going to start splitting these booster boxes open soon and giving them 18 packs to Ace Hardware and stuff? Like it's that part's pretty dumb if you ask me. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the friend of mine with the the LGS locally, he told me. I hope I'm not stepping out of line, telling everybody what he told me, but I don't think so. But his allocation is very small, man, and
Mhm.
his Pokemon allocation goes to the players at the
Yeah,
store, and then
that's
it's
great.
gone, and then everything else he gets is other TCGs. So I made a video, Krabby. I don't know if you saw it, but um, it's something along the lines of you don't need distro, you know, and it was kind of a me just kind of being me, right? Just talking shit. But that's me specifically. Like I, I had a guy reach out to me and tell me to put application in for a distro, and I don't have any. I don't need no top loaders, bro. I don't need no more top loaders, and bro can tell you I don't need no more binders or none of that shit. I already got plenty of that, dude. I
Yeah.
just I don't. We've talked about it before, Broken Eye. Too. They're they're moving away from that, dude. I mean, the signs are already there.
Yep.
The people that speak that have way more clout than we do and way more insider news, just bigger than us when it comes to that. They're even saying it, dude. Like and
Yep.
the move with them buying the logistics company and the MG. I mean, it's right there. The writing's on the wall, and it's not only with Pokemon, dude. It's with other TCGs. It's like Magic. Some of these guys were supposed to have. I don't know if you guys know anything about Magic or follow Magic at all, but the Secrets of Strixhaven set that came out, they came
It's
out with this
wild.
really cool Codex bundle, and they had pre-orders, dude, and they were supposed to, take care of these people, and they just, yeah, they didn't get them, dude. They didn't get them. You know who got them? Target. Target got them, and Amazon. So they're gonna move. They're gonna cut these. In my opinion, which doesn't mean shit, and I don't know nothing about nothing, but I feel like they're just gonna totally go right around all that shit, bro, and just go straight to. You're gonna have to go to retailers to get this product eventually at some point. Why would these companies need to pay? You know, it's kind of like you cutting out the middleman. Like you don't need them. You don't need them. I don't know. It's,
Yeah, that was kind of my question I was going to ask you guys is what do we're talking about supply, demand, distros constantly allowing all these new accounts. Well, what if Pokemon takes control with XL and that's the only distro? And instead of providing to Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware, it's literally LGS's online stores, your Walmarts, your Targets, your Myers. Like, what if they get stricter with the accounts? So that means more product is being, and they're also printing more, which means more product is going out to these, smaller accounts. They don't have as many accounts. I think that could affect the market.
Yeah. It's gotten out of hand so fast. We're so far away from that right now. It's hard to fathom. I think Pokemon knows that they have to be careful though, because if a downturn would happen again,
Mhm.
and if which again I know that it will, but to the level of a 2023 type level, which again I don't think it will, but if it does, they do not want all of that product going through just big box, because I mean you thought the shelves were overflowing in 2022 2023 when Scarlet and Violet came out. Now if it happens again, and you're now printing whatever 50% more cards, you're printing 15 billion cards a year, 16 17 billion cards a year. I definitely think they want to still have those relationships and not burn those bridges. I do think that they want to start controlling as much as the market as they can, but I think they want to be able to turn faucets on and off at their will. That's
Yep.
that's what it comes down to. And they want to be able to have distribution. I think that they're pissed that certain distros charge $300 a booster box on these restocks. People say they don't care. I could not disagree with it. Or there are some people that are dying on that hill and slamming their hands on the table, saying Pokemon does not care at all about their secondary market pricing or anything. Are you insane? What kind of company does not care about their products on the secondary market and look at that stuff. And you know, and I've thought this for a long time. I know Anon is big on this too, and he's like, he calls those people idiots too, and he's like, they literally have whole teams at Pokemon that's their only job is to do that, which is the least surprising thing ever. They're $1 billion company. Of course they have teams that's their only job to monitor that stuff. And that's why I was so stubborn on Destined Rivals, and I still kind of am. I just cannot believe that they're not going to hammer the hell out of Destined Rivals at some point. I just don't believe it. Like, because the secondary products are starting to rise slowly but surely, and there's not a lot of supply. And people like talk about a lot of rip and chips I watch, and it's anywhere between their third and fifth most open set on all these streams. It's still opened a lot, not like Ascended or Prismatic, but just because it doesn't have a God Pack chase, and if they don't do something like with it in the next 2 years, I will never understand that move by Pokemon.
When does Destin go out of rotation? Is it next on the
2028.
block? 2028.
2028, 2 years yet almost.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they have time. I mean,
Yeah.
I've died on that hill. I think that Pokemon normally allows 2 years for collectors, investors to get their hands on product.
Yep.
And then after that, they say, hey, you had your opportunity. Now you got to pay whatever the market deems it to be.
But
So-
there has been cases. Ultra Prism is a
I know.
great example that I was very happy because that's when I was in my I was trying to collect one of every booster box, and I could not find a good Ultra Prism box at all because it never got a reprint, and and then they did a reprint, a legit reprint, and we knew for 100% fact because there was an error card in the initial print run of Ultra Prism. It was a trainer card. There was a word spelled wrong on the card, and it was every single version of it. Like you could not, there was no correct version of it. The reprint had it corrected, so you with certainty knew that it was absolutely a reprint, and that was fantastic. Just because as a collector, that was nice, but that was well out of rotation. It was I want to say it was almost a full year out of rotation, and it wasn't a big reprint, but it was enough where I know my local shop got a few cases of booster boxes, which was again really nice. And then you know, Lost Origin and Silver Tempest, they got after out of rotation a small. Actually, that wasn't small. That was a pretty big reprint.
Wasn't it right before they were going out of rotation?
Was it right before? Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
pretty sure it was like literally a couple months before
Okay.
out of rotation, and then they just
Yep.
hammered it like a massive drop, and it just
Yeah.
crashed the box prices.
Which I picked up a lot of Lost Origin on that. I Lost Origin is one of my favorite sets. I love that set. And then so there is precedence where they have done that before. So anybody says that they can't do it, that date, it's a guideline, right? They can do whatever they want. And people forget that, and that you have to be careful, which is why I've just always, you know, I just collect what I like, and I don't care. But it's still fun. It's fun to follow it all, and I've gotten, and which is why, you know, Pack Hype, why I found you, obviously, because I've gotten addicted to the business side of it the last like year. I never watched business PokeTube until the last like 12 months. And now it's probably about half of what I consume in the space. I still love watching, you know, pack openings and just the pure collector channels and stuff. But it is because, and what's great is most of the people that have Pokemon businesses, they're not just in it for the money. Yes, of course they need to make a living out of it, but they truly they like Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
And those are the ones that are gonna last longer anyway. So. But yeah, man, we're unprecedented times, and this 30th anniversary thing, man, I'm getting scared. I'm getting.
How do you
really
feel
scared.
about the 30th?
I mean, I'm not a fan of the classic collection in any way, shape, or form, but I wasn't of Celebrations either. I don't. The stamp does nothing for me. I would rather go after any 95% of those cards. I would rather get the original version, or even like a lightly played, heavily played version of the original. But what I did not see coming, what I did not expect was somewhere between 20 to 30 illustration rares in the set that are going to be completely unique. I did not expect the Pikachu subset, which again, I'm not a huge Pikachu fan, but people are going to go absolutely nuts for that.
Yeah.
Even with that being easy to complete, I mean, you're still going to have to probably open 40 to 50 packs to get them all if you want. Now they're probably only going to be $1 or $2, depending on how the seeding is, and how we all know Pokemon has major batching issues. So who knows? You could open 50 packs and get the same 10 Pikachu. Who knows? But that's a huge part of collectors will go after that, and then these futuristic cards. I like them. I think the texturing on them is going to be awesome. And man, I'm kind of hoping Anon is full of shit and just really trolling us, but I don't think he is. I don't think that he lies. I truly think that he just, whatever information he's given, I can't believe he put it out there. He's going to get in trouble one of these days. I see why he stays anonymous. But if there truly is a god pack that has a blue variant, purple variant, red variant, and I mean they're really going the route, they're going the way of sports with that. Basically, sounds like parallels basically. And if that's true, and you can only get those variants in the god pack, and it's 1 in 5,000 packs or 1 in 10,000 packs, I mean this will be the apex, top of the mountain. Of the what's that chart that Alex and Eli always show on their thing? The whole with the irrational exuberance and all that stuff. Like this will be the top of the mountain of the degenerate gamblers, just trying to get their hands on as many packs as possible, and the amount that will be ripped even if there's a regular god pack that you just get, whatever. You get all classic, you get 5 classic collection, or something. That'll be enough by itself. But then if they have another level of it, I don't think I have the brain capacity to even understand what that's going to be like.
I wonder if that's what he's alluding to with the melting of our faces off, is the number of. I wonder if that's it.
Yeah.
If it's a go ahead. If it's a 1 in 10,000 god pack, that's going to be insane. Even if, and Krabby and me, we're kind of talking back in my comments about it a little bit, but even if it's just like the Mew, Mewtwo, Pikachu, I don't think they're doing any other FURs from what I've heard. It's just supposed to be those 3. But if they do these super rare variants, people are going to, like I said, something terrible is going to probably happen more than likely. Whether it's bankruptcy or worse than that, it's going to be insane, and those cards are going to be insanely overpriced. I mean, I don't know about overpriced, but they're going to be expensive as crap. We'll have to wait and see.
And if it's 1 in 10,000, we're going to get a good idea of how much was printed.
That's true. There would be a lot.
Me seeing that Mew and that Mewtwo card, it's it didn't hit like with me like that. But with that being said, I've said it many times before. Neither did the Mega Attack rares until I opened one.
They're beautiful.
And then I was like, wow, I thought this thing was shit. Like, you know what I mean? I was like beating myself up, dude. Like, dude, I thought this thing was trash, and they're all badass. All of them. It doesn't matter which one it is. It is an incredible card, dude. So maybe it's like that with the Mew and the Mewtwo. That the picture doesn't do nothing for me, but we'll see. Maybe it'll change when I open it.
Well, I was telling people that I thought the Mega Attacker Gengar was better looking than the SIR version, and people were hating on me. They said I was, what is the word? I was like trolling, but like rage baiting or something. I was like, no, I'm serious. And now guess what? Everybody's saying that the Mega Attack Rare is a better looking card than the Mega Gengar SIR.
It is.
So I believe very
100%.
much in some of those mega attackers. Not all of them. Some of them are kind of bust, but a lot of them are really, really cool. Especially if you can get them all in PSA 10s.
Yeah.
Bro, people are gonna go crazy for those.
Yeah, even the promos from the premium poster collection are badass. That the Mega Lucario.
They are. Yeah.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
So I was always a fan of them because I'm an OG with the original attack rares from XY. So
I
some
have
of my favorites.
I have those raw. Yeah, I have that raw. Yeah,
they are just I love these from the start, doing the cross language, and I always thought that they were really cool. And then I like the new level that they took it to with the mega era, and they have that is like the text, the letters stand out more than the Pokemon does almost. The attack is really coming at you. And it is just man, they I can't believe they brought back the megas. It was such a good move. The timing was, I mean, right at about the 10-year mark, to just hit us with this during this. It's the mega evolution era is so good.
But you know what's funny is that people remember the Mega Evolution kind of killing Pokemon. People were not fans of the Mega Block. And now everybody, of course, we're in a hyperbolic bull run, but now everybody loves Mega Evolutions. You know, we're waiting on the Blastoise, the Alakazam, you know, the Mega Houndoom, Mega Mewtwo X and Y. There's just so many. So it's funny. We'll see how it performs long term, but I think they're incredible sets. Most of them.
They are. And a lot of people came around to the megas even before this hype happened, as just a cool dynamic. Like when they brought them back in I guess not brought them back, when they made them a part of the games Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, which I personally love those games. Those, talk about something getting hated on. Those games got hated on tremendously. It is the most beautiful version of, it's the best way we can play Kanto as far as like graphics wise. It looks incredible. You have the Pokemon in the overworld, which is so cool, and it's obviously it's Kanto, but yeah, once you get your 8 badges, you can mega evolve your Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, I think your Mewtwo. But yeah, they made that a part of a Kanto game, which was really cool. So people people came around to it, but yeah, I don't know if Pokemon is ever going to release a dud set ever again. Like, I don't think they're ever going to take away some form of illustration rare, alternate art. They might call it something different, but at this point, like, could you imagine like what, like Rebel Clash, right? Like people hate on that set. I actually like it, but it is very basic. You don't have anything special in a set like that. And really the first 3 sets of Sword and Shield. And that's the last time that we got sets that were basic like that. Since Vivid Voltage with the Amazing Rare, something different, and then we went into Battle Styles with the alternate art. Since then, we've always had some kind of special art rares, character rares, trainer galleries, all, you know, tagged, whatever, you know, all that stuff. And I don't see any reason why they would ever go back to just doing nothing. Like, just nope. Like, here's just your basic, you know, whatever, EX, GX, and then, but no alt art, no full arts, no gold cards, no nothing. Like, I don't think they're ever going to go back to that.
I think switching lanes a little bit. I wanted to bring this up before I forget, because that's what happens when you get old. You start forgetting shit. But the end of that thing that you sent me, broke, the thing that you and I made the videos about.
Yeah.
The beginning, you know, the talking about the booster boxes, probably not getting any reprints, whatever. Dude, none of that shit matters. The only thing that I can focus on, and I had to pull it up to look at it again. And is it cool if I read it verbatim, bro? Can I do that?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. It's his name's, I didn't send you his name or anything, so that's fine.
I wanted to read it verbatim because of the ramifications of it. I don't think ramifications is the right word, because that's kind of a negative connotation, but y'all are gonna know what I'm talking about. So once Prismatic finishes up, they're shifting their focus solely on the Mega Evolution era. Don't expect any more SV products coming out unless they find them somewhere in a warehouse. So that's gigantic, dude. And that's gigantic because I felt like a while back, like, oh man, we're sleeping on Sword and Shield, and then like Sword and Shield is a good play, and I don't know, man. I don't know about that because, dude, that's huge. And the Scarlet and Violet era, which obviously that's the era that I came in at, right? I mean, it's gigantic, but that's huge, dude. I mean, that these boxes that are already freaking like just freaking, you know, phantasmal, dude. Just and then the ones that aren't there yet, right? Like surging, you know, the room for these things to grow and to take off. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, and Paldea, yeah. I have the. Where's my Paldea?
I'll
YouTube?
say
Yeah,
this.
I
I
love that
think
freaking tweet.
I think Paldea Evolved is going to do better than Destined Rivals.
Yeah.
I think with the pull rates, how good the pull rates were compared to Destined Rivals, I think
So
that
much
it
fun.
I think long term it's actually going to perform better once people get over the bullshit of Team Rocket nostalgia, because Destined Rivals is not Team Rocket nostalgia. It's just
It's
what people
not.
used to hype it
It's
up. So
garbage.
now here's one thing, Pack Hype, with that comment that you made about them not printing any more Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
What if they do go to Mega right now? Because these
Yeah.
sets, besides base set and Ascended Heroes, are very small. So what if they go back to Mega first, print a crap ton of these Mega sets, and then they go back to Destined Rivals? They go. I mean, I don't know if they're going to go to Journey Together. I don't know if they're going to go to Black and White. I feel like Black and White is probably severely underprinted. I do not know anybody that has any sort of large position or has seen a ton of Black and White. Well, what if that is their play? Is to go to Mega with the smaller sets, print, and then maybe halfway through next year, they go back and they print some Destined Rivals. With the new printing facility comes up in mid 2027, and they've got all this space. It's like 21 football fields. That's a big freaking space. So could they be done with Scarlet and Violet short term? Possibly, but I just thought about that. They could always go back.
Yeah, there's a lot there to unpack, dude, when you start thinking about that. And this is huge, man. It's freaking huge. And Black and White, dude, like I talked about it. We can't keep anything Black Bolt and White Flare, dude. Nothing. I mean, that is, the only reason why it's not a top seller is because I don't have enough of it, right? I mean, that data, all that data skewed. I tried to come out with that and be like, show what's selling the most, and obviously it's Ascended that sells more than anything, but it's just because I have a shit ton of it, right? I mean, if I had the same amount of every set, that would be the only way to probably really get true data, right? Like the same amount of one set. But people love Black Bolt, White Flare, dude.
You can't find Black Bolt at market price. Everybody has it like every last sold, every data point, you can't find it for that. Everyone just keeps upping their boxes $5, $10 every day almost. It's
you can
crazy.
You can go to packhypecollective.com and find a Victini illustration collection under market.
I love those. Yeah, I have
But do you guys think that Black Bolt was printed less than White Flare? I know I'm of the belief that they print sets equally, but I feel like when Black Bolt and White Flare came out, I was seeing a decent, healthy amount of restocks on Amazon for White Flare. Like, not a ton of them, but there was probably 5 ETB restocks of White Flare, and there was 1 singular restock of Black Bolt ETBs.
So that you said that, I'm glad that you said that for everybody out there that's watching or listening. Get into a Discord with a ping for Amazon, and you will find White Flare ETBs dropping significantly under market price, and you can get them.
Yeah, they were like 110. I saw the other day.
104.
Okay.
104. Yeah, you can get them. They're
sold by Amazon or by
I don't know if it's a third party. I think it's Amazon. I don't think there's no way a third party would sell it, at that.
That's what I was thinking.
But they're on there, dude. They're on there. But it's just such a pain in the ass to do all that. But they're there, dude. They're there.
So I don't think there's any way that they're waving the white flag on the sets that go out of rotation in 2028. That's only two for what you just read. That's only two sets, Journey Together and Destined, that are still Scarlet and Violet era. I
And
would
Black Bolt
not
White
be.
Flare.
Oh, right. Sorry, I was thinking booster box. That's correct. Yeah, I think they will print more Black Bolt and White Flare in some capacity. ETBs, maybe not bundles or something. Like I said, I think they pay attention to the secondary market. They didn't reprint Shrouded Fable because they didn't have to. Like,
Yeah.
why? Why? But they see Black Bolt and White Flare. Super. I love Shroud. Look at that ETB.
Dude,
I
the
have a
greatest,
ton.
most underrated box art on an ETB. And Michelle and I were looking at it and we were like, damn, I guess we didn't look hard at this. The colors, dude, the purple is
Dude.
freaking banger box
And they
art.
released it in what, August? Like, it was a Halloween set. Like, it has
Yeah.
Houndoom. The Dust Noir line is incredible.
Yeah.
The Horsey it has the best Horsey artwork ever in it. Yeah, that's a Kanto Pokemon. That card's pumping. I think it's up to like $40. It's a great set. The Persian, yeah, great set. But anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if they threw in the towel on SV 5 through 8.
I agree. I think if they're going to reprint,
Yep.
I think if they're going to reprint, they're going to go. I don't know about Journey Together. I think Journey Together is going to surprise people long term. They're going to be kicking themselves in the butt with that. But I definitely think Destin, and I think hopefully Black Bolt White Flare.
Yeah. Yep.
Or the rest of it, yeah, I think they're done.
And it's pretty much a fact, a known fact, that temporal forces, the printers were. In fact, it's kind of this set's fault that we're at where we're at right now, if you really think about it, because they gave that printer allocation to other TCGs and to sports, because they thought that for some reason things weren't going to pick back up. So temporal forces there, and I talked about this in a video recently too. Collector, go talk to a collector or investor. Go to every collector. I'd say, chat, I challenge you to do this. Text right now every collector and investor and say, yo, bro, how much temporal forces do you have in your collection? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Do it.
PCETB.
It's gonna be very
PCETB. PCETB. No, but I try to get a PCETB of everything, but that's just
I've heard a lot of people say Temporal and Paldea Evolved are their two favorite sets over Destined Rivals. Over Destined Rivals.
It's like, it's so funny, everybody looks at these sets like in a vacuum, and you have to step outside of that and truly, talk to collectors and see what people are actually enjoying. And Temporal and Paradox Rift too. I've liked Paradox Rift from the start as well. Just awesome illustration rares, so fun to open, and it's gonna do great. I mean, I
didn't like, I went in there because I'm busy all the time, dude. I talk about it all the time. I don't stop, very often to look at things and enjoy them. And every once in a while I'll go into Pokédata and pull up the sets, and go through them and just look at them. And Paradox Rift, Krabby was one of those, dude, that I was like, holy shit, dude. I didn't notice it. I mean, just filled with banger arts, bro. Lots of good looking cards, man. It's crazy, dude. And it gets shit on.
36 illustration rares, I think.
It gets shit on too. It gets shit on by a lot of people. I could say one guy's name, but I ain't gonna do that. But he always shitting on it. And I'm like, come on, bro. But that's where the money thing comes in. Yeah, dude, it's probably not the greatest investment, but that's not what we're talking about, but it's, yeah.
But like Broke was just talking about, some of these sets, once people, it sometimes takes years for people to break out of this, what everyone's been telling them the last 2 years. Once it breaks through that ceiling, man, I mean, things have taken years to be appreciated before and then taken off. So I mean,
Fusion Strike.
Yeah, Fusion Strike is a great example. Fusion Strike at one point was probably the 8th or 9th most towards the bottom Like
Yeah.
it was like probably Darkness Ablaze, Rebel Clash, maybe base was always kind of expensive because it was short.
There wasn't a ton of it printed. Yeah.
It was like 10th, and
it was not very popular. No,
Yep.
people were talking about Silver Tempest, Brilliant Stars, Lost Origin, even even Astral,
Crazy.
maybe. But
Probably.
yeah, dude, people shit all over it, and then it just took off. And now, what is it? Second most expensive in Sword and Shield, right? Right below Evolving Skies.
12. I think it ran up to 1,200 recently.
Okay, yeah,
it may
it's
have came
above
back
Lost
down,
Origin.
Yeah. Oh wait. Oh, it's crushing Lost Origin. Yeah, crushing, which is I disagree with, but it's Lost Origin and Chilling Reign are my two favorite sets from Sword and Shield. But it's yeah, you never know what's gonna, and even the same thing happens with chase cards and sets. Sometimes it takes years for other a good art, a popular Pokemon to rise to the top, just because of sentiment. It's super weird, and it's not super surprising. The same thing happens in sports, right? I don't know if you guys follow sports at all, but I also collect hockey cards, and once a prospect, like a rookie, has he's the guy, right? Their cards are crazy expensive, and there can be another rookie from that class that has double the amount of goals and double the points and way better, and his cards are a fourth the price because the sentiment has already been baked in. And then it takes years sometimes of that player outperforming the hyped player for the prices to catch up. And then eventually it does, and you can take advantage of that as a collector, as an investor, whatever. But it's why it's so important to just make your own decisions. And if you like something, there's a reason that you like it, and someone else is going to like it too. So
what's funny is like on that same thing, like Michelle and I, like I'm not going to speak for Michelle. I'll speak for myself, but we loved Journey together. Like I loved Journey together, and then I made a video of me throwing it in the freaking garbage can because you know what I mean? Like I did, dude. That's how the video opens up, me throwing a bundle in the garbage can. She's walking and go, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "This freaking set sucks." Like I think it's like I don't know if it's because of creators or people like us that make videos. Maybe it's like a hive mind thing, but you kind of, you know what I mean? Like people can get swayed easily, but when you start to think for yourself and look at it, and that's what I challenge everybody to do, dude, is how many people out there in the chat go to Pokédata or TCG Player and pull up sets and look at the cards. I'm curious to know if anybody's out there that does that, but like I did that with Journey, and I opened up a lot of Journey together, and but I changed my mind on it, dude. Like it ain't all that, bro, to me now. But I was on that bandwagon, like, oh yeah, it'll have its day or whatever. No, it won't. No,
you don't think Journey together will have its
really?
No.
Oh, bro, you're sleeping on that.
Yeah,
I'm not telling you to back up the truck, but you're gonna be kicking yourself in the ass here in a couple of years, bro.
So I'm telling you, I made a whole video about that shit. Go check it out.
We need to make a bet. I need to make a bet with you. Listen, and we'll see.
I'm just talking essentially though about the arts. Like, yes, there are a few good cards, but
that Salamence is one of the best arts in Scarlet and Violet.
Articuno, it's the best Articuno card too.
It is.
Facts on that as well.
There's maybe a one hand of the cards and there to me that are like, wow. But other than it's not that deep, dude. And it's when you start looking at them from the top, it's just like, I need that. When you look at Pokédata, you know how you have the 2 rows? A deep set for me is those 2 rows, dude. If you can get past those 2 rows, then we're talking. Like, and with Journey, that doesn't happen, dude. You get
the Zoroark, the Hop Zacian is beautiful. The Salamence,
that's 4.
Lily's Clefairy, the Articuno,
yeah. Maybe 5 or 6.
I think Ascended Heroes, Lily's Clefairy is better.
Yeah. The freaking perfect order,
dude. The Lily's, was it Cutie Fly? That card is gorgeous. No, it's not.
Don't forget about the Whale Lord. Whale Lord is beautiful.
Yeah,
it's the B. It's the B. Lily's. What is
Cutie
it?
Fly.
No,
it's a
it's
bomb.
Not. Damn.
Bomb.
Pull that
something.
up. What is it?
I'm looking at
Rombi.
Yes,
card
Robbie. Yeah,
is absolutely gorgeous. Oh my
It's
gosh, dude, you're
it,
dude,
it
pack
ain't
up, you're
no
sleeping, man.
it ain't no Destin Rivals, bro.
and take this into
Depth
consideration
wise,
too. It's got a box topper. We've only got 2 sets recently
yeah,
with box toppers.
yeah.
Does have a
Destin
box
Rivals
topper.
doesn't. Destin Rivals has one of the worst Mewtwo's that's ever
Yep.
come out.
Dude, listen,
The Garchomp's good. The Moltres is good.
you want to
Come
talk
on, bro.
about talking about box toppers and sets, then we're here like what's going on with Mega Base, dude? Quite possibly the best base set ever. But I have 2 booster boxes and don't nobody want that shit, bro. And you go look at my price, it's freaking low, bro. I
What do you
lowered
at?
my shit the other day. I forgot, dude, but I just if anybody's out there shopping or whatever, you better get in on there because dude, I went in there the other day and I lowered it significantly. I even said it in the video, like, hey, I'm giving everybody a shot because based off of what we were talking about, I feel like things are going to take off again, but it ain't going to last for long.
Is it enhanced or not enhanced that you
They're
have?
enhanced. They're enhanced.
Damn.
And
Yeah,
they just don't move, dude. Nobody wants.
don't-
Why would you not buy
What
a box? And
what are they,
I just don't
3?
understand.
Are they 300?
I think they're like 320. I'll
Yeah.
check. I think
Let
they're
me
like
check.
320.
Maybe the mod can check. Mod, tell us what the freaking
I mean,
what
dude, we've been so
No one's talking about it. That's why it's
no one's
Ascended
talking about
Heroes
it,
30th.
and I feel like our brains are being rewired in this market. $320 is a lot of damn money for a booster box. That's that's less than a year old. You know what I mean? It is like it's
330.
330, yeah, and it was available pretty widely available in other products at release for a good price. The ETBs you could get under 100, I think well under 100, and bundles and all that stuff. So I mean, a lot of people might have had their fill. And while you do have popular Pokemon in there, you don't have an A-lister. Like you got Venusaur, you got Lucario.
It's not a very good Lucario card. It's a fighting Lucario fighting Venusaur, which I know people like that.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the Gardevoir and the Mega Latios. I think those cards are bangers.
That Gardevoir is one of the most gorgeous cards that they've ever created. But again, Gardevoir is not like, oh here, look. Oh, you guys want to see something cool? Okay, here. I saved this to do on my live with Jordan Collects, but hopefully Jordan doesn't watch this. So this is crazy data. Okay. I have in front of me the sales data in dollars. This is just eBay. Is this year to date? I think this is year to date, maybe. No, this is just the month of April. Wow. So which Pokemon do you think had the most dollar sales on eBay in the month of April? Don't try to big brain think it too much. The first couple are pretty obvious.
There was 2 that came up like right off rip, and then I bounced from the first one and put him second, and then put the other one first. Dragonite.
Dragonite is number 8. $2.5 million worth of Dragonite cards sold in April.
Rayquaza?
2.5 million, just Dragonite. Who'd you say?
Rayquaza?
Rayquaza is number 7, $3 million worth. Number 1 every month is obviously Pikachu. So Pikachu sold 17. So this is any card that has Pikachu in the name. This data scrapes. So $17 million worth of Pikachu in April. $16.6 million worth of Charizard. So Charizard's number 2. They're number 1 and 2 every single month after month after month. So keep going. So we have 4 of the top 10.
Gengar.
Gengar's
that's who I my first.
Number 3. $7 million.
I'm not even say Greninja, even though I know people love Greninja. I know he's not anywhere up there.
Honchkrow.
No.
Greninja is number 33, only 704. But you got to remember, this is before Chaos Rising came out.
Okay.
So that could change a little bit. I can't believe you guys haven't said the most popular Pokemon like the last 5 years.
Oh, I was gonna say Umbreon.
Yeah, Umbreon's 5, 4.7 million. Mew's number 4, 5.1 million. Mewtwo is 6. Mewtwo is number 6. We got Dragonite and Rayquaza. Number 9 is Lugia with
Really?
1.9 million. Lugia. The Silver Tempest alt art has the sales volume on
Yeah.
that card has been stupid. And then rounding out the top 10, Blastoise is number 10 at 1.8 million. And then you have Eevee, Gyarados, Venusaur, Magikarp, Latios, Psyduck, Snorlax. No Lucario or Gardevoir in the top 40.
In the top 40?
Wow, poor
Neither
Lucario.
one of them is in the top 40. Nope.
Poor Lucario.
Nope. And Venusaur's 13th. So, you know, like I said, Mega's not like, you know, wow, that's shocking. Deoxys is number 34. That's crazy. Articuno 36. 40 is Flareon. Yeah, it's
And then it starts to drop off.
It's what? Oh, I did. Sorry, I missed Gardevoir is on here. 30th. Gardevoir is number 30.
Where's
700
Lucario on that?
Not on it. This is only top 40.
Damn.
See, bro, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Now it will change though with Aura Seeker, because Aura Seeker is supposed to be
Yes.
the new Z
Yeah.
variant,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that will change. I
is-
think the Z
which is
variant looks
sweet.
cooler than the normal one.
It does. I agree. A lot of the Z's look cool. The was it the Garchomp? The Garchomp looked badass.
The flying one.
Yes. I like
I'm
the
not a
Garchomp
huge
lot.
fan of that. I
That
like
gold-
the Absol Z.
That gold
Yeah.
Mega Lucario is sick, bro. The base set Lucario, the gold Mega Lucario.
It looks the same as every other freaking
No,
gold card from
dude.
Mega Evolutionary.
No, bro.
They're all the same damn card.
Look at the
Yeah,
texture on that bit.
back it up a couple inches, and I couldn't tell you which Pokemon it was.
Nah, dude.
So how do you think after, you know, if we when we go into a cooldown period, how do you think these gold cards are going to do? Like, because I got
I
people
love them,
telling
dude.
me they're going to be $1,000.
Oh my gosh!
I
love them. I love them. I was a
would be cool to
hater.
have for $50.
I'll tell you what. It's gonna be a good test on how much rarity means in the
Mhm.
Pokemon hobby. Like, can true, because they're hard to hit. They're, depending on the set, they're 1 in 800 packs, 1 in 1,000 packs, like whatever, depending on whose data you're going by, which the sample sizes are all. I hate that TCG player publishes the data on pack pull rates from like 1,200 packs or 1,000 or 2,000 packs or a couple like, bro, that's not enough data. You need tens of thousands of packs to get actual good data that you should be able to put. Like, they just put that out there and say, yep, these are the pull rates from the whatever 4,000 packs that we opened. It's like, you might want to pull a little more data than that. But anyway, but either way, they're very rare. They're hard to hit. And it's going to be a test because they seriously, even in person, I'm not denying that they look cool and they look good, whatever, but they're so, I wish they would have done some kind of toning on them that was like the typing, like for the Charizard, do some red, for Gardevoir, do some pink, you know, do some kind of toning of the gold, make it like a rose gold or a green gold, like just to make it look a little different, to highlight features of it. Because seriously, I've been to a show and seen them all together in a case. They all look exactly the same.
That's what it is. Now it's coming out why you don't like, because you never pulled one. You haven't pulled one yet, dude.
I've not, dude. Ascended has been so. I've opened about 50 packs of Ascended Heroes.
Yeah.
1 illustration rare.
Ascended's brutal,
bro.
It's not as good as people say. Like, pull rates wise.
Should I drop it? 3 Dragonite SIRs.
I know. Out of how many packs though?
3.
How many packs? How many packs?
Not that much. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the mod can help me. Maybe.
Wait, were they from the same source?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say that sounds like batching. They might have had some batching issues.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. The first one was really clean. The second one was cooked, and the third one I have is cooked too. But yeah, dude, 3 SIR Dragonites. Dude.
The two ones that are cooked, send them to CGC.
Yeah.
You'll get a 10.
Crap grading company. Crappy grading company. No.
Oh man. I wish they were a little like, so these, I'm very confident that if I would crack both of these, crack them cleanly, and send it to PSA that they would get 10s because they're blue label CGC. CGC was so hard on grading, and then they just flipped the switch and went way too easy. I do agree. As much as I love CGC, I do agree that they need to be harder, but at least they have the pristine level. The pristines are legit.
They look cooler than PSAs do. PSA 10 and a CGC pristine.
Oh, it's not even close.
Yeah.
And they're holding a premium of anywhere from 10 to 30%, some more, and they're gaining traction a lot. And like I said, they're not quite Beckett Black Label clean, but you look at a pristine 10 and there's no dinks in the corners and whitening and stuff. They're clean cards. For sure.
Celestial TCG said CGC is can't grade cards. Oh, dude. I have a
please submit again.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's
I
the
have
tag? We gotta get one with tag.
yeah.
This
I don't know if you come up with one for tag.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might send some to them. I'm getting ready to
Have you ever tried tag?
No.
No, dude. No.
You gotta try it before you hate on. I mean, you can't try it right now because it's like $150 a card right now, which makes no sense. But
I didn't like all the shill bidding that was going on. I don't know who was doing that, but at some point on eBay, on Fanatics, the pay rate on tag slabs was like 50% at one point. People were bidding up the cards and then not pay. You'd see the same card on auction the next week. Oh, it was so bad. I don't know. I'm not saying it was them or anything, but somebody was doing that, trying to create artificial value. And I've just seen so many. Now, I don't like the 1,000-point grading scale. I wish they would have done 100. I think 100 would have been a little more palatable. It's like, oh, what's your tag rate? A 957. Oh, I got an 843. It's too much. I think they should have went out of 100. And I've seen some 950s, 960s that are chewed.
Really?
Just yes.
They were rough on me when I submitted and I tried them out. Like
really,
if I was they'd go from a 10 to a 9 just off of some little like corner ding or something, like super minute, like you could barely see it. They're rough.
And what's a 10? Is 950 plus a 10? Is that what the cutoff is?
Yeah.
I just don't like having it like 10, 967. It's like it's so weird. It's just it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't think they're ever going to catch on. Do you see how much they're grading per month compared to even Beckett and
they grade really slow. They do, for sure.
They're not getting Rudy's grading company is grading like 20 times more than them a month right now.
Dude,
it's crazy.
I tweet me and Broke talked about this in the last live. Like, I wish that Rudy didn't have his company so we could get his opinion on you know what I'm saying, dude. Like he's been
shilling so bad.
I know, bro, and that's fine. I get it.
I do the same thing. It's great.
But it would be awesome to see how he really feels, dude, because he's not gonna fucking tell you how he feels with the bullshit. But
I'm excited for this podcast that he's launching. I think we are going to see a very different side of him in a control. Look, half the time he's just screwing around, right? Like he's just having fun. To see him in a sit down with somebody else knowledgeable, and in that kind of environment, being like kind of semi-serious is going to be really cool. I'm going to be watching those intently when they come out. I love them.
I'm gonna write him a letter, Krabby, and try to get him to come on the mine.
Dude, let's do the underground, right? You're launching the underground.
All I'm gonna tell him is, listen, Rudy, your the best way for you to talk about your grading company, bro, is to just come on to the live, dude, and freaking talk to all these guys.
Hit him up to partner. If I wasn't such a CGC fanboy, I would have hit him up to sponsor with his grading and got a promo code and stuff.
Yeah, he said to do that.
Yeah, anybody, there's tons that are doing it. He will do that. Dude, reach out to him. He'll give you an affiliate link.
I can't do that when I have cards with PSA. I'm getting ready to send out 3 or 4 10 card submissions to PSA.
You don't have an affiliate link with PSA, do you?
No, hell no.
Yeah, like Cool Trainer Ryan can't do that because he's sponsored by PSA, but you can. You don't have any loyalty to them.
When it comes to money, dude, like, we're not talking about money because we're on the collector side of it, but when I put into ChatGPT the to give me the numbers with the liquidity and whatnot with grading companies, and it just, it's PSA is it, dude. That's it. If you're in it to try to earn
I would
the
be
most money, it
I would
just
be
was.
careful with that. I'd be careful
Yeah.
with that though. I doubt that they're scraping fanatics when you
Well,
put that data in.
it's funny that you say that because Dan almost had me. Like I was that freaking close, bro. To he had me on the CGC, dude. I was like, he had me to the point where I was getting ready to, and that's what I did. It's funny that you say that, Krabby, because I was almost there, dude. Was sending a big submission to them, and I was like, man, let me ask my main man, chat, uh, what he thinks, and I put it in there, and chat was like, yeah, you don't want to do that. Let me show you why. And it's just like, dude, when you look at it, you're like, all right. So yeah, I mean, I don't know though. Like you
Well,
say, I don't know where they're scraping from, but like,
What did they say? What was their main reasons?
just basically liquidity, dude. Like, I mean, you'll. There's
But
just no
but
way. There's no
that can
way if
always
you have.
change, though.
wrong,
Huh?
dude. It's instant liquidity though. With Dan's service,
Yeah,
you don't have to sell the cards. They're being sold for you on a
yeah,
platform that has hundreds of millions of dollars of sales a year. It's
yeah,
the fastest growing sales platform that exists in the hobby right now. And look, okay, again, full disclosure for anybody who doesn't know, I'm sending hundreds of cards a month right now through this service. So that's full
yeah,
disclosure
yeah,
because it's phenomenal.
yeah.
Because in 4 weeks, my cards are graded and they're put into a 10-day auction that has millions of eyeballs. And my I just had a 143 card submission 2 weeks ago. Every single card got paid for.
What are you getting though, Krabby, in comparison, like in a 10 with CGC versus what you would get
The
with PSA? What's the difference?
I hit 14 pristines out of that 143. Every single one sold for more than a PSA 10. And then I hit, I think like 50 or 60 regular 10s. They
Mhm.
go for anywhere between 10 to 30% less
But are
than
you
PSA
sending
10s.
in like cheaper value cards, right? Isn't that what you
Yes.
said? Like
Yes.
what
Five
did you?
to $10 IRs, $20, $30
Yeah, that's
SIE,
so.
whatever. And
So that's
then no
different.
high end. Don't send high end stuff. I mean, you can.
Yeah.
I've sent well, I take it back. I sent some tag teams a few months ago. They did now. It's when tag teams were booming a little bit, but I did phenomenal with some tag teams, and I actually sent the Gardevoir from Steam Siege. Believe it or not,
Okay.
I pack pulled the whole line, the regular EX, and then the full art, and then like the alternate art full art one, all three, and I got them all 10 sequential. Those went for like $700. That was wild. So sometimes there's weird anomalies, and sometimes stuff goes over market like significantly. It's
Yeah.
weird. I do think a lot of people are buying them on there for their mystery packs, their slab packs and
Yeah.
stuff.
That's what
But
I was just gonna
but
say.
dude,
That's
the liquid
yeah.
but dude, right now you cannot beat the 5 week turnaround time to do no work. You send it like, dude, you send it like this. You just send them like this. Boom,
Yeah.
done. You don't even have to put them in
Yeah.
you can package them nice so they don't get damaged. But
Yeah.
in 5 to 6 weeks, you got your payout, and you can just do it again. Whereas you're going to wait 8, 9, 10 months, and then you got to sell every individual card yourself.
That'd
Well,
be an interesting video for you to do. Take some of your singles that you have that are like
Yeah.
$5 illustration rares or whatever, and just send them off there, and you could like make a video of how long it took, how the sell process was, and
Yeah.
I guarantee you eventually it'd probably do well because people are going to be looking into that, especially right
Yep.
now with
Yeah.
everything going on with PSA.
Yeah. That's the thing though, is so Michelle and I were sitting down the other day. We've got about 60, 60 cards. And I weed them out, I pre-grade them and then pre-grade them again 2 or 3 times, to get to narrow it, whittle it down.
You're
But
pre-grading too much, man.
yeah. The first look is just just a
Yeah.
look and say, hey, this probably be good. I throw it in there. The second look will be all right. Let me take a closer look, and then the third one is with the magnetic electronic magnifier, which somebody in the chat was asking about what it is. So I'm gonna go grab it here in a second and show them where to get it at. But that's the one, right? With that one, I run that. I did it in the live the other night, and you run that thing up along the side of the card, dude, and it's just You know, if you can get the centering calculator to give you a good number as to whether or not it falls into where it needs to be at,
Okay.
and you. So
I
yeah,
gotta
you're
say
good.
something.
Yep.
You got to remember. Okay. You don't. I mean, the centering calculator, whatever. You got to remember, the person that grades your card at PSA. This is what they're doing.
Yeah. 10 seconds. 12. Yeah.
9, 10, whatever.
Yeah.
Like people are overthinking it big time right now, and centering, like, just I like if you can easily see if a card is off center or not just by looking.
Yeah.
It's like it's vibes because that's all they're doing. It's like, okay, yep, that looks centered, good.
Yeah.
Corners, edges. Now the tool that you're talking about is for the edges, right?
Yeah. The reverse, the
That's
back
good
side of the
because
card. Yeah.
that corners Pokemon corners super easy. Rounded corners, it's easy to see. Centering's pretty easy to see. Surface can be tough on textured cards, but anything that's not textured, easy to see, right? Edges is where people get cooked. It's
Yeah.
the one that people check the least.
Edgeware. Yeah.
It's so important to take it and
Yeah.
look down
Yeah.
the side of it. So that one I will give you, but the other
Yeah.
3 things, man, just do once over 10
Yeah.
seconds to like I pre-grade as the years have gone by. I have pre-graded less and less, and I personally have not been punished for it because the grading companies are so inconsistent. They're in such a hurry. And Dan talks about this all the time. Any card can be a 10 on any given day,
Yeah.
and that same card can be a 1 on any given day.
Yeah.
Especially with PSA.
Especially
Yeah.
with PSA, they just sent their entire submission of 10s back as 1s. It was
What?
it was a typo. It was a typo. They all
Oh,
came
he
back
got-
as 1s.
He got paid
Yep.
then because the ones are the thing,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Aren't the ones the shit?
It's a 1 and they're perfect cards. So it's wild. Yep.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I don't grade
Bro,
right now.
That's so funny. I was literally just about to ask how much, like, so as a collector, do you grade for your personal collection cards?
Yeah. So last year I had to liquidate for personal reasons. So I liquidated all my collection. I sent off to tag and I got some. But for the most part, if I do grade, it's just for the PC. So
Okay.
yeah,
Nice.
I'm not honestly, last year was the first time I ever sent off by myself to grade it. So I mean, it's fine. I understand why people do it. I just enjoy, honestly, if I could, I just send them off to like PSA to get them protected. But now I could buy those off Amazon and put a slab guard on them or whatever, and it's the same thing. So
Yep, same. Now the top loader binders and everything, and that's why I got a lot of my cards graded too, just to protect them. I'm not a big graded guy.
So you can get these on eBay, but I got a little insider info. You can go on to Alibaba and get the same shit for half the price.
well, there you go.
You can get 10 of them. You can get 10 of them on Alibaba for or 5 of them for the price which you would get. But I got it off eBay. I think it was $50 or something like that. But it's cool, bro. It records, Krabby. It's got a USB-C to USB port, and you plug it in. And I guess there's something you can do to pull up to look at the surface with it and shit. It's pretty.
That's cool.
Oh, he just froze.
Uh-oh.
We lost him. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, records.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
the amount of tools,
Yeah.
the optimization in this hobby is becoming wild. What do you guys think of all of these websites and apps and analytic stuff?
It's terrible. It just makes it all money focused. I mean, you got kids like I don't watch DJ a lot, but you got DJs saying his kids cry when they don't pull an SIR. The set comes out, the set's not even out, and they're watching people open, and they're like, "This Umbreon is a $1,400 card." It's made it a stock market. That's you literally people look at their app every day. They see if it's up, if it's down, and then now you have what's that new thing that Garchomp double hollow?
Double hollow, that one, yeah.
And now they have an AI feature. You pay for the premium membership, and it'll have these are the top 5 potential movers, and these are the top 5 to sell out on because they're about to go down.
And did you see that Polka Data dad guy, whatever, the one that he built? That one's blowing up. And then there's so many.
AI's moving in, dude. AI's moving in.
But there's going to be so many. It's going to be so oversaturated. And I do enjoy the collector app greatly, just because to have my collection in there.
Mhm.
And I don't think they really shill anything, do they? I don't really look at besides my collection. They don't
No,
have like
they'll do the month or the premium entries that you can go into, but other than that,
right.
that's it.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
collector app a lot. And actually, do you know who else's I like that I've been checking out lately is what's it called? TCG Quant. It's only for sealed. It's only for sealed,
Yeah.
and
That's
it just
Pokey Profits.
Pokey
Yeah.
Profits. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. I do
So
like that one.
so that what we're talking about, that you guys, there's a new app. It's not for mobile yet, but I've talked about it before in the lives. It is on desktop. It's called My TCG Binder, and it's for collectors, and it's really inexpensive. And if you go to My TCG Binder and you put pack hype in, you get a discount for your first month for the premium subscription. And it's cool, bro. It's in dark mode, and like
Love
that was,
dark mode.
yeah, dark mode. And it's when you put your sealed in there, Krabby, it puts it on the shelf, so, and then you
Oh,
can see
that's
your
cool.
product. So yeah, it's really cool. You guys should go check it out. But it has everything that collector has. It puts all your TCGs in a pie and tells you which one is doing what. And but it's a really good app. The thing is, it's inexpensive. That's the best part about it.
Is that your favorite evolution?
Oh, there's no other evolution. Come on now.
Vaporeon, bro.
Oh, that's weird. That's gross.
Oh, you got the Ditto one.
I love
Leafeon is
Leafeon.
pretty cool.
I'm a big nature guy. My wife and I love hiking and stuff. So I definitely grass and water type Pokemon are my favorite. And yeah, I absolutely love Leafeon. And yeah, most of my favorite Pokemon are grass or water. So
Okay. Yeah, I heard that during your and Jordan's live where you
oh
asked
yeah,
him
you checked
if
that
you
out.
had it.
Appreciate you. Yeah.
I told you, man, I'm a ghost watcher. I don't comment
Yeah.
very often.
Yeah.
I won't go into the details of it, but yeah, I
Broke's
did
a
watch.
lurker. Broke's a
Yeah.
lurker.
Well,
We're,
bro,
we're
you gotta
excited,
be.
man. That we had so much fun doing that. Appreciate the support. Where every other week we're gonna be doing that. But yeah, I should have thought that question through.
Yeah.
I should have added like psychic into there because I knew his favorite Pokemon was Sylveon. I thought he would have more favorite Pokemon that were on grass, water, fire. But yeah, next week I'll have to make it a harder one for him.
Yeah. When you asked that question, I was like, no brainer. I'm going like, and then you're like, oh yeah, I'm a fire and grass and water person. I was like, yeah, I mean, that's cool, but I'm like, you have so many more options with the rest of them, I did like the question though.
Well, no, there's actually there's a very unbalanced level of Pokemon that are fire, water, and leaf and grass though. But
Mhm.
yes, there still is more overall, I think, but not by as much as you would think though. They definitely slack sometimes on the amount of new like dark Pokemon, and you
Yeah.
gotta remember they didn't really do a lot of those typings didn't happen until later on in the history of the game and stuff. So, but no,
So
it was a lot of fun.
we're coming up on the third hour, if you could believe that. If there's anybody in the chat that's got any questions for any of us, we got about somewhere around 8 minutes left or something like that for the 3 hours, and I have to get to work because the business partner's like, all right, dude, let's go. We got shit to
Thanks,
do.
Krabby, for
Yeah.
coming on. And
Oh,
it was
absolutely.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate you letting me jump on, guys.
Of course,
Yeah,
dude. Of course. So if
pumped.
anybody's got
Yeah.
any questions, we'll stick around for a few minutes, and hopefully
Yeah.
you guys hit us with something tough. I
Spicy.
appreciate everybody coming in
Spicy.
to the stream. Levi, Celestial, Kareem Boss, Levi. It looks like we got 21 people up in here, but there must be some lurkers in here right now because not too many people are talking. Thomas is up in here. FOMO's up in here.
There's probably like Roxy's probably still here. They just lurk. So
yeah, it's crazy. I'll have my live streams. I'll have like 40 or 50 people, and there'll be like 3 people commenting. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah,
Like,
that's crazy.
Hey, you know what? At least you got 40 people though. I have. I was said that I only have like 8 people, and I do lives for 4 hours. It's like, hey, you know what? It's all right. They're like, someone said I could make so much more content if I just didn't do the lives for 4 hours in front of 8 people. And I'm like, hey, you know, I enjoy them. So
right, that's the live stream. Yeah, live streams are just for your core, like your big, your true fans and stuff. Live streams don't grow your channel in any way, shape, or form.
No, they're fun.
And I'm not trying to
They're
grow
fun.
my channel.
Right,
so.
exactly right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, live streams get pushed out to your tiny little niche audience, and that's it.
When you came in, Krabby, and we're talking about ripping ships, I don't know if you saw what I did Sunday, but I'm gonna do it every Sunday. So it's gonna be called Break the Seal. So it's what it is you, if you're gonna buy something from the website, you know, you just come on to the live on Sunday, and I'll open it for you at the same price, dude. No pack tax. No, none of that shit. We'll open it up and have a good time. And it did crazy, dude. It did really good, dude.
Did it go? That's awesome.
Yeah,
you were talking about that on Henry's channel. I got to watch like
really
half
good.
of your. Yeah, that's awesome. That's fun, dude. That's that's creative, right? Like, I like that. That's you got to really, as a, you know, obviously I don't run a business. I mean, I kind of do on the side as a side hustle. I don't publicly run any kind of front-facing Pokemon business.
Did you not say you were wanting to though?
So I'm on the books official as a business, and that's mainly for all the grading. It got to the point where it's like I need to my sales last year got to the point where I'm like, I need to do this legitimately because I'm not getting in trouble with the IRS.
You don't want to do that.
So, and it's like, I do want to do it legit. And, you know, I have no plans of going full time or anything like that. But, I mean, down the road, you never know. But I just wanted to start doing things legitimately. And I'm not going to lie. I do love breaking. I love ribbon shipping. It is a lot of fun. I did it on Whatnot last year for I did like 5 or 6 shows, and at the time had a 1-year-old, so it wasn't sustainable. And but yeah, I would love to start that up again. And like I said, I just wanted to be set up in a legitimate way, and just in case. You know, so I am operating a small side business. Like I said, 95% of that is grading. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
You got a question here, Krabby, from Ellison. Did you say that, Krabby, did you say the CGC consignment service you use? I may have missed it.
So it is, there's actually a lot of different people that offer the service. So you can do the research. And you can actually do it directly through CGC Fanatics as well. If you just go to the Fanatics website and just type in CGC Fanatics grading on Google, and they'll give you all the information. You send your cards directly to the Fanatics headquarters, which, if you don't know about Fanatics, I know they were sports for years, but look up Fanatics and the owner and what he's like. He said 4 years ago he wanted to 10x the hobby, and he already did in like 10 years. He did it in like 3. It's crazy. But anyway, they have CGC graders in-house at Fanatics, and you send it directly to them. They grade them in 4 weeks, put them in the Fanatics auction, and in a week you get paid out. It's great.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, bro, you need to try that. I'm not trying that because I'm not big enough, but I think that'd be cool for somebody needs to do that video.
Yeah, minimum, because the minimum is 50 cards that you got. The minimum is 50 cards per submission. Yep.
And what's the price at, Krabby, for the 50 submission?
It varies.
You're smiling. You're smiling like it's a fucking problem.
I don't know if I like
that smile.
I don't know. So Dan stopped talking about it.
Yeah, I know what it is. I think I've heard of it.
There is different levels to it. I stopped saying it. I have said it before. If you want to dig, you can go back on my live streams or videos. I did let it slip in 1 or 2 videos. Dan does not advertise it publicly, and he has stopped talking about it on his live streams. So I don't feel right talking.
Can I say what I think it is? Is that a problem?
No,
I think it's 12. Is it $12?
If you want to think that. No. So no.
Look,
I can say this.
Nasty says it's 8.
Doing it direct. Yeah, there you go. Doing it directly through CGC Fanatics is 10. So that's it's.
I was close.
There's no way it's gonna stay this cheap for much longer.
Yeah,
it's a lot cheaper than sending $80 cards or $150 cards to PSA
and the
per card.
turnaround, and that's what I'm talking about. Pack hype, man, dude. The liquidity and the risk factor of only paying $8 to get your cards graded is I don't know.
Yeah,
but
I'm doing. I was gonna do 20 at 80, and I'm just gonna do 10. 10 at 80, and give it a whirl, bro. We'll
That's a good
document it
chunk of
all.
change.
We'll see what's up. We're we're
Yeah.
we're, we're sending in Sylveon, SIR stuff like that. We're sending in cards that will hopefully. My thing is to, and I know it's hard as shit, dude, but is to find something that if I do get a 9, at least it covers my ass, but those are few and far between, dude. There's not a lot of cards
It's
that are
hard.
like that.
Although I've been screaming this from the mountaintops for years now, and it's finally catching up a little bit. There's no reason that a 9 should be worth less than a raw card.
Yeah.
It makes no damn sense.
It's changing though, and I was
It
telling Broke
is.
about that.
It
There are
is.
some I've seen. I'm going to start to document them and maybe write them down. But I was surprised to see some of them, and I think there were ones that I was thinking of submitting, and I was like, all right, we're in there then, because even in a 9, we'll either break even or not lose our ass.
Yep.
Yeah, because isn't near mint technically? Isn't that like a 7 for PSA? Is it a 7?
7 or 8?
Is it an 8?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean,
it's stupid. Yeah.
A 9 should be more expensive than a raw card.
Like on TCG Player, when you buy near mint cards, a lot of those are 7s or 8s.
Yeah.
That's why I like. You were talking about collector, and collector's good. I was using collector for a while. I had the big, I don't know, the premium one or whatever, and it's good for that too. But Pokédata does that too. Pokédata shows you the sales, the last so many sales on eBay, which is really good because you can see what it's selling for, and it gives you. Yeah, I need a damn affiliate. If you're watching Pokédata, hook your boy up, bro. Hook your boy up with the gold. I'll pump it, dude. But I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any of those affiliate links or reached out to for sponsorships or yet or anything like that. I think people go fishing for those. I'm like, I don't care.
I don't fish for them, and I have multiples. Like
really?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Dang.
There's one that I can't tell. I wanted to talk about
business, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about one, but it's not signed yet or whatever. But it's coming, and then the My TCG binder one is it's actually legit. Like you guys can really go in there and get a significant discount.
I don't think the smaller collector channels get offered that stuff. Like, Twice Baked Jake, who has 150,000 subs or whatever, does, but I don't think us small guys get offered that
stuff. Does he have that many subs? Well, he's probably
Twice Baked Jake. I was just guessing blind, but he's gotta have.
He's got a lot. He's been around for a hot minute.
I've been watching him for like 7 years. So
158,000 subscribers.
I was close.
It's crazy, but he's getting paid, bro.
Almost 7 years ago was his first video, so that makes sense.
Well, honestly, you two should be able to start reaching out to companies and starting to get affiliates. Because I think you both are almost at 2,000, right?
Yeah, I'm at.
Oh, is that the? I'm at 1,700. Is that the threshold?
I'm at 17.
I've seen people with 1,000 that have sponsorships. Apparently, too, for collector, if you reach out to them, they'll give you, like, you'll become part of their affiliate program, and all you have to do is just make a video like showing you using the collector app, and they'll pay you. I think it's $50 per video that you put on a platform. So if you put it on YouTube and then you put it on Twitter or X or whatever, they'll pay you $50 for each one of those videos. That's what what's his name? That's like
Pokeoz.
And then the other Australian guy does.
Yeah, he's cool.
I would never take a sponsorship of something I don't use and enjoy, like like a lot of people use like Poke Plumber and stuff, Logan's Pokeship. I would love a sponsor. I use all their, I love their acrylics. I put all my stuff in their acrylics. But I'm like I feel weird reaching out. Like I'm like, I guess they'll reach out if they, but maybe not. I don't know. I'm a huge collector fan, the collector app, so I might reach out to them if that's true.
Just reach out to them and say, hey, I'd like to be an affiliate with you. I think the guy I talked to, he's a small channel, he's smaller than me, and he said that it took him a couple months to get back to him, but he'll make a video every now and then, and like he said, he gets paid $50 per video.
So that's why Pokeoz puts that in
Every single
damn
video. And
every
he's,
damn video.
He's flexing in there too, because
And it might be more with big, like the bigger your channel is, the more they'll pay you.
He's gotten huge, yeah.
He's got a lot of steals. He's cool. I've been watching him.
Me too.
And the get
Same. He's like probably the most laid back. He's probably the least controversial. Investment, he's literally 100% investment channel, and he gets no hate whatsoever because he's a really nice guy.
Pop it on the telly. Pop it on
the telly. Yeah,
we like them. Well, listen, guys, we've been going for over 3 hours, man. I appreciate both of you guys, dude. Krabby, it was nice to have you in here.
Thanks again, Krabby.
Everybody that came in the live, we appreciate it. It's my time to shine, right? This is the only time I'll plug it during the live. Go check out packhypecollected.com. All our products are pretty cheap. I looked at the mega base box. It's at $310, which is pretty cheap, being at over like $330. So I don't know how long it's going to be there, but I did that to try to look out. But yeah, if you want to go get some, get it soon, because your boy's about to go in there and move them back up. But there will always be, under market on 90% of our stuff. But yeah, appreciate you guys coming in. Go check out Krabby's channel. Go check out Broke's channel. Be on the lookout. Yep, he's getting ready to do his thing. Poke Underground coming up in the next week or two with some big, massive names. Maybe we get you in there, Krabby, and get you on the live when we get it going. Dude, that would be awesome. But yeah, man, everybody have a good weekend. And look at that little baby. Yeah. So cute, dude.
I'm the king of the turkeys, bitches.
Yeah, you are, dude. All right, man. Y'all have a good weekend. It's a turkey. Maybe turkey, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, all right. Later, guys. Have a good one. Thank you.
See you, Krabby. Peace out, guys. All right, Krabby.
Dude, thanks so much for letting me hop on, man.
Of course, dude. Of course, man. I'll see you around, bro. I think he's gone. Yeah, he's getting ready to go do his thing for like another couple hours, which is crazy, bro. But yeah,
he's gonna go. Are you guys? Are we?
Well, I think we're still on. Yeah. It says it's the stream, but yeah, I appreciate it. Either way, who cares if they're still in here? I think it is. Yeah, it still says live. So yeah.
Oh, we're still live. Okay, I'll wait to ask. I'll wait till we go on.